is the beginning.
So just to get that clear.
Yeah.
So Claw was removed from moderation because somebody else made up stories that made him look like a rapist, but he's not actually a rapist.
I mean, in this situation, probably not a rapist. One of the important parts to understand about this, Megan has abandoned animals that she had. She had a cat that got cancer that she just left with her mother. Her mother, who she claims killed her father with the Italian mafia. And that's why she doesn't trust Italians, even though she's Italian. They would know,
her
right?
Her mother, who she claims killed her father through a mob hit.
Sort of.
And that's why she has prejudice against all Italians.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? Not the worst reason I've heard for having prejudice against Italians.
I don't like Claw. I would never trust Claw. I don't think he's a cool person. I think he kind of smells like Yoshi eggs that get pooed out. And I think that MegSevinth could be cool someday. Could be.
She
What's your percent chance?
Cool one day.
One day.
What's the percent chance that happens?
I don't want to jinx it.
What's the percent chance that she's found dead under a bridge in a murder-suicide with Claw?
Don't see that. That's so rude.
Becca, thoughts?
What the fuck am I meant to say to that? Just imagine you're involved in all of this now. You'll be part of ClawOnTwitch's headcanon for the rest of their lives.
We all float.
Do you know the first?
Yeah, Claw used to be my best friend. Yeah.
Okay.
2019, I would say. I was the guy who had to put my reputation on the line every time to get him to a party, to get him to anything, because nobody liked him. And there's a reason nobody liked him, because then all of a sudden he starts saying that everybody's starting a blood orgy sex cult, which he was never even there. He was at like 2 parties that I had to beg to get him to. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's just regurgitating information that I told him and then spinning it in the worst possible way you could. And then that died down. And then just the other day, I'm sitting there minding my own business. I'm out here in the middle of the woods. You know, I'm focusing on my health. And then I've got some other plans, but I've just really been keeping to myself. And I find out that this dumb fuck is on a thing called Why Men Suck podcast. Well, here's the thing. You probably shouldn't be on a Why Men Suck podcast if you got 2 warrants for your arrest for violent crimes against men, and you've committed like 4 total. I mean, this is ridiculous. And honestly, I mean, she's fucked now because I got a little change in my pocket. I'm probably gonna hire bounty hunters to go fucking hunt them at this point, because now I'm annoyed. I wasn't gonna before, but now I'm getting pissed off about this again. And I don't want to get pissed off. I'm in a good place. I've been sober for months, and you know, I don't want to deal with these dickheads anymore.
I'm gonna level with you. Like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but I also want to know what the fuck is going on. You seem actually really chill. I've got a lot of time for Rezzy, so like, he's such a chill. I'm down with that. He's only been wrong once.
Okay, dude. Okay, please.
Okay, so you lived with Megan. You were doing all these insane streams.
Because I didn't want to spend time with her anymore, so I would rather just live in a bathtub and get shit dumped on myself and live in my own shit and piss than live with her anymore. I swear to God, that was the truth. You guys want to know something? I should give back every dime that I made from that stream. It wasn't a ton of money, but I was doing it for fun. It was my release. It was my escape. That's how I did it. All those fucking crazy challenges. You guys think I wanted to do that shit? Yeah, I love that shit. Getting drunk in my bathroom with you guys, it was fucking awesome. It was fantastic. You know why? Because I didn't have to deal with that bitch. And I'm sorry for saying that, but... And I told myself I wasn't gonna get upset here, but these people they keep coming back, and I don't understand. Just leave me the fuck alone.
I mean, I wish I was surprised.
Yeah,
but
possibly coming on, so we gotta fucking roll it through. Roll Tide, baby.
Now we've got to. Okay.
I'm forcing myself to take tomorrow off. Like, I just need to take a fucking day to put shit together. Okay, so this all starts many years ago, where Seventh decided to start streaming. Her first stream on Twitch as a League of Legends streamer.
This is where I open links.
I mean, no, you don't have to open in like any fucking links like whatsoever. I'm sorry, I don't have the document up, and I just kind of forgot.
Fuck, I should probably share it to Discord.
Yeah,
right, okay,
I sent you the document. But like, yeah, I don't even really like need to share it. But yeah, it was November 14th, 2015. She ends up becoming a partner under like the old Twitch partner rules, right? Which weren't like you had to have 75 consistent viewers or like all of this like other shit that they ended up implementing. She's one of like the legacy partners where it's like, oh, you know, this will get you subs and emotes and you apply for it. And they were like much lower. It was before they had like the affiliate separation, right? So she ends up getting partner under those auspices. 2 years later, Claw streams for the first time on January 1st, 2017. I swear to fucking God, the fact that it's like the first day of a new year is like his first stream. I think, yeah, I'm like, I saw that. I'm like, he's just doing like numerology bullshit, which we'll get into because he is a schizophrenic. I have some fun things and a lot of it's all right. Anyways, so
it's a mix.
It's a really weird. It's a fucking crazy mix. So, Claw goes ahead and eventually becomes a producer on the Raj Patel show, doing specifically the Lover Host and the Royale. The Royale is like Twitch, you get like a bunch of people in a room, kind of like what Kick or Keep is right now, right? That was what it was. Sure. It's literally Kick or Keep is the to the fucking letter replicant of this show. And Claw claims that he made the show. And that he came up with the show and that people just need to accept that he is the one that had the show, and that's what it's his baby, whatever. He literally owns loverhost.com, I believe. I don't know if it's gone to lapse since he's been in jail, but pretty sure he owns loverhost.com, which is like the old Raj Patel thing. Claw was a producer. So basically what his job was to go ahead and find people to go ahead and bring on to the Raj Patel show. If you look at Raj Patel's numbers at the time, you know, he's pushing, you know, between doing streams like 50 to like 100,000 viewers pre-COVID and shit like that on Twitch. They were pretty big deals. I mean, eventually he gets fucking Little Nas X on in like the new era of like the whole show and everything, right? But it kind of was like a big deal at Twitch on Twitch at the time. Eventually he walks it back because he realizes, hey, doing an Indian accent all the time was kind of racist and advertisers don't like it. So he then becomes Austin Show. But between those two periods of time, we have a ton of producers that exist underneath him, right? Clint1717, who we're going to talk to tonight, Gondok, West By the Way, Bob 7, and Barry 74. Bob 7, you may know from the Destiny Manifesto that was done about him with all the sexual impropriety shit and has largely disappeared since then. West By the Way, who you've probably seen on Kick or Keep if you watch it. Barry 74 gets literally everybody just likes Barry. He does say some weird shit sometimes. Gondok, who is like the daytime version, and Clint, who is he's a character unto himself, right? I'm not saying he's blameless in all this, and he definitely won't, but he's the funniest person you'll ever talk to online. Guarantee you that. So what their old job was to like recruit people to get them to come on to the Raj Patel show, right? And Claw stated that at one point that Raj was supposed to pay him $500 a week or something like that to go ahead and do this. How they would do this is during the daytime, Gondok would go on stream and he would have these shows that were just like Zoom calls, and people would come on. They'd have like a bunch of women or, you know, other talent, and like, you know, try to get like as many people to like take a look at like what's going on and shit, to the point where it's like, you know, at one point it became like a thing that was shifts for women to go on there, because if the thumbnail had women in it, you would get more viewers. He would do that during the day, and that was like, it was funny sometimes. It was mostly just like the same old, like, you know, like we're just gonna kind of vaguely talk about like red pill, blue pill shit stuff. Like people would do bits and things like that.
What year was this? Sorry.
This would be 2018 to 2019.
Okay, so like
Okay.
right at sort of the inception of kind of red pill, blue pill content.
I suppose.
Because it was like the movement
yeah,
move away
like-
from like MGTOW.
Yeah,
and
it's
into sort of more meat and stream people talking about rather than the honey badgers and shit.
yeah, and like the thing is, like you'd have it's like because Zerka rode that wave like really early in on the whole thing. I don't know if I actually put that in there, but we were looking at some like old videos of that, right, to explain what all that was, right. So basically, it became there's like these shows that they would do to try to get people on to the Rajler, right? And because it's like, oh, this is a place I can go, and you're still going to like, you're still probably going to get a bit of an audience if you go on Gondox, right? Because you're in that orbit at that point. And once you're in that orbit, people are going to know you exist. They're going to invite you on other shows. So much so to the point that it ended up being that near the end of Claw working with Raj, they had this project called Backstage where they had literally rather than just doing shows to like straight up recruit, they would do shows in their own right, with like different challenge streams, like kind of like dating streams where it's like, oh, you're eliminating people until like somebody picks like who they're in love with or whatever, and that was like a whole that was the ecosystem, right? In like at least social just chatting, there wasn't like
they've got like a little orbit and a microcosm.
Yeah, exactly. So like there would be like the orbit, then the orbits and whatever. So during all this time, Megan was a frequent guest. One, because she's a woman who doesn't shut the fuck up.
Wait. Just
Megan is seventh.
Right, okay. I thought so. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
That's who.
I will most likely be referring to her as Megan going forward. That's
fine.
Yeah, it's like it's just
streamer formerly known as
Seventh. Well, the thing is we need to bring up
now I've noticed Seventh, I guess.
We need to bring up Megan because Clint has two exes named Megan who both assaulted him.
Okay, like
that's why we have to call her Megan.
Yay. Okay.
And
cool. Which one? Okay. And in what order? Fuck. Right. So they've both. Can we have a way to differentiate this? Because that sounds like it's going to get confusing really.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to really talk much about old Meg, right? But we will talk about MegSevinth. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, MegSevinth is usually what we call her, right? But regardless, so. That's like a joke, but like it also is just to say I've known a few Megans in my life. I think they're generally untrustworthy, and that's something I learned like really quickly. No, Emily's are homely, dude. They're sweet.
Come on, no. I've dated 3 girls. Like, oh no, actually no, I was the dickhead in all those relationships.
Yeah, exactly. They were homely and normal.
Yeah, no, they actually were. That's true.
Yeah, look at drug addiction, baby. There we go. Anyways, so, but. Like while they're doing all of this stuff, like recruiting and shit, Megan starts dating Clint. Okay. Now at this point in time, a lot of them are living in Austin. You have Megan, Clint, Claw, all living in Austin. Clint and Claw were like best fucking friends. Okay. And so they're like, well, we're going to do more shows. We're going to do more streams. We're going to, put all this sort of stuff together. They were working with a bunch of people, like Razor ATX, who is the partner of Nina and was at the time as well. You may know Nina now. She's been in the political sphere, right? So
is she the one who's like? I'm trying to think how to describe her. Thin, black hair. She sounds like she's high as fuck.
Maybe, I guess, yeah, kind of.
Sounds like may not be, like...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I would say she sounds like she's high as fuck, but, I don't know, she's Asian. She talks about it a lot. Anyways, she does like a lot of modern day debate stuff, right?
Okay. Oh, okay, cool, yeah, no, I'm with you. So, Megan starts dating Clint during period, and then, like...
Claw gets the backstage going. And whatever, right?
Okay.
And they have this major production known as the standing stream. Now, the standing stream is probably the peak of everything, right? And then after this, we see it slowly cascade downhill. So, when it comes to the standing stream, what it was is they got a shitload of streamers. Caseytron, Just a Minx, a bunch of like kind of bigger streamers to come on. And what it was you were just gonna, all you had to do was stand, but you can only not stand 3 times for 5 minutes, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was the stream. Yeah, and if you stopped standing 3 times, then you were eliminated. And this was a stream.
Stood there?
Just standing. Well, standing up. Yeah, standing. But yeah, it was for $5,000, right? And
what?
so
Fucking wait, what?
Yeah, they had a
they did a $5,000 prize stream for standing up.
There was quite yes. Okay, wait, give me a moment, okay? So it was $5,000 covered by a Saudi oil prince named Fatty Melon. That was his name online. And Fatty Melon, I'm not sure who it is, but a lot of people got a tattoo of his icon at this time too. So he gave them, Clint and Claw, $5,000 to do this standing stream thing. During the stream, they ended up making like a shitload of fucking money, dude. Like, it was insane. Like, it was like a percentage of like donations would go to upping the fucking prize pool for like the contestants, right? And like it upped it to like by $10,000, right? And it was like not, I think, anywhere near as close there. So anyways, so that's the thing that happened there. It ended after 5 days. And then they still had 3 people that were involved who still had 2 of their original 3 not standing periods left.
Wait, so they had streamers who'd been standing for 3 days?
Yes, 3 of them.
How?
$5,000, dude. And then it became like 11,000 and more and more and more. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So anyways, they made a lot of fucking money off that, right? They made a lot of money off that. How did they do it? The one person was a yoga streamer who was like very into yoga. The other dude was like a straight up like full on like gym bro. And the last girl was a girl who wore a helmet and smashed fruits with a sledgehammer on stream. Those were the 3 that were left after 3 days when they're like, all right, can we just end this and like just split it up between you guys? And then I included the second clip because I think it's funny, and I think if you want to share that,
okay, let's watch both of those.
Watch the second one first, then the first one. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh shit! All right, give it a
So that's
shot.
just a mix, right?
Minx, I agree. Shout out David Goggy.
All right. There goes your second bathroom break. Oh my god.
He told me you don't see it, bro. You don't see it.
There goes your second bathroom break.
I try to, yeah.
Okay. So this is what the show was, right?
Right.
Now,
All right,
the
make
end
sure-
of the show.
Make sure on your second bathroom break.
That's your good. That's all you need to say. Okay. I also put that there to say, guess what? This is just a mix. The first clip is Claw's victory speech after the end of this stream. I strongly recommend this.
And it's been fucking amazing. Shout out to the fucking 4 or 5 guys, the Josh Ding King, the Scumbag, the Lemur King, the Modi 201s of the world that we brought along and provided so much fucking content on top of all the motherfuckers that said no to the show because they thought they were better than the shit. They're not better than me and Clint. They're not better than Josh Ding King. Oh yeah, Modi 201. They're not better than us, okay? Go fuck yourselves, chat. We have been here this whole goddamn time. Go fuck yourselves for saying no to us. We've been here since the beginning. Airsoft Fatty has been here since the beginning supporting us. Fucking love you, Chris. Love you, Morty. Love you, Saga. Josh, Modi, Lemur, everyone, Scumbag, and Glenn 1717. Ah! Trump Take TV. Yeah. Let's do this shit, boy. And the goddamn stream. Right the fuck now.
I mean, I wish I was surprised.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, so that's the standing stream. And that's the first big one they did. And this ended up like spawning off what is known as the backstage.
I mean, no, like, just quickly, can we
go ahead?
Because we're moving very
stop
very
me
quickly,
whenever
okay?
you want to. Okay.
Okay, because we're moving very quickly. I know we're going through sort of like the history of who the fuck these people are.
Yeah.
For everyone, but I also know that this is going to be new information to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So for people who haven't seen Claw before, because I know I've got some commentary people in.
Mm-hmm.
Claw is insane. I can see mumbles in the chat being like, "There's no emotion; it's all in his voice." The dude's got it.
Here's the thing, though, right? The Claw Sanity stuff. This is part of the character, right? And the character is a drunk who yells at people on the internet, right? At this point, and then it turns into delusion, and that's where we're gonna get to next, right?
Okay.
That's so like. This is the part of his life where things are going well. We're at the apex right now. Yes, Claw is crazy, but he turns crazy after a few other things that we're about to go through. They did a bunch of other streams and shit, right? And this is the thing. Dark Claw, like, it's basically the first time he started abusing Adderall and meth, was when it, like, he completely broke as a person. That's why, like, now he just skitzes all the fucking time, right?
Okay.
So yeah, anyways, sorry. Keep talking to your chat. I apologize.
No, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to apologize. I just wanted to get through the early bit first because I knew it'd be a recap.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, even this stuff is mostly like recap shit just to like establish here's where the people are. We're gonna get to the contentions shortly. And I also need you to understand 10 minutes before we started this call, I found a document that I haven't seen in years that fully explains Claw's attacks on a bunch of people from a while ago. So anyways.
Okay, that makes sense. I know we'll have to get to things like the War Room and everything else.
Oh, the War Room. Yeah, that's like a whole separate thing. I don't even have that listed on the document yet. Like, I completely... That
is fine.
Scroll through how many pages this is so far, okay? This was just me, like, just gently throwing shit together without, like, really documenting shit. Yeah. Anyways, so they do a bunch of other ones. So after the first standing stream, they did the egg standing stream, where you had to stand and hold a spoon with an egg in it, because they didn't want it to be, like, 5 days long, right? They also did Survivor, which was a cash... Like, all these had cash prizes, right? Survivor, where you would get eliminated by votes every round, whoever was the last one left, would win money, right? And then, yeah, like, he had a bunch of people, like, downstream of them, a lot of them who aren't streaming at all anymore, of, like, the backstage area thing. Some who are, right? And some people who are parallel, right? Who still stream, but a lot of people have disappeared from this time. So I mentioned a few that I remember of showrunners that were underneath there. So you would have Bufflevin, Mustache Dom, Ugacha, people I used to hang out with, like, all the time. But anyways, so at some point they do a few of these streams, and Claw gets removed from Raj moderation because of allegations by Luna Laney. The Twitter post that's there is completely irrelevant. I will say this. Today, I did get my hands on the Luna Laney messages that Luna Laney released to make Claw look like a rapist.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So,
which is the beginning.
So just to get that clear.
Yeah.
So Claw was removed from moderation because somebody else made up stories that made him look like a rapist, but he's not actually a rapist.
I mean, in this situation, probably not a rapist, I would say. All right. Other situations, not sure. And I will say,
okay, good.
Yeah,
good, great.
Yeah, I will say
like
other situations. I'll say probably
fantastic.
yes. But there is also a girl that has just completely been missing for years, in the sense of, like, not like dead missing, but she, like, went off the internet and just, like, she made a tweet longer about it and, like, alleged a bunch of shit that he never really properly refuted, but allegedly Seventh sent a shitload of messages to this chick constantly, to the point where she's like, yeah, I just need to get offline because I'm gonna die.
Okay, just quickly, what is it with Twitch panels and their administrators getting sex pest allegations?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like
listen, a lot of people. There's twofold thing here. There are a lot of crazy people, and also a lot of people DM constantly and are really, when they get the little taste of fame, they're suddenly Harvey Weinstein. So a lot of people just kind of fuck themselves into the ground, and some people, turn into Wick and do entire panels where they just want to talk to one girl.
Okay.
But other than that, fuck no.
So,
also,
I think you're actually I think you're touching on something. I think you need to make it broader prescriptive. People that gain power use that power over people. And the reason to gain power is to have power over people, right? So, yeah, a lot of times when you're in like these positions where you look at the Twitch ecosystem, you get on Austin's, right? And like you do a fucking good show and shit. You've got a literal streaming career for years, and that will build you up. That's how a lot of people got big. That accelerated Hassan dramatically. His involvement with Austin and these folks, right? Like to the point where he's where he's at. It will literally make you insane amounts of money. That money will then be there for you to then exert flat power and influence the other side. What do you fucking mean? This is what we do with everything in life. It's why capitalism sucks. But it's also the
I
only
like the way you were
situation
like,
we have.
I think you need a broader prescription, then boiled it down to why capitalism sucks.
Yeah,
I
I know.
appreciate that. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
True Beckett said I couldn't come on VC unless I sent him elbow pics. Feels weird, man.
Yeah.
Now you're never going on a fucking VC.
I will also say this. I just received confirmation. 7th will not be here tonight. She is going to a dinner discussing how to turn waste into an energy source. I don't believe anything of that at all. But, maybe.
I also know something about technology that does that, and I'm like...
Yeah, I do too. It's really basic. Yeah, so anyways, Megan will not be here tonight.
Interesting. Okay,
Nor will she be in
cool.
the
Sounds like
audience,
bollocks,
so.
that's fine. That's okay. Listen, I understand that she wants to dodge. I also don't care.
She's going to be on Wick stream on Thursday this week talking to Admiral Gibbs.
Okay, because I've got no context as to why any of that links up. So let's keep moving.
Okay. Anyways, so Claw gets removed from Raj moderation because of Luna Laney allegations. And what it was a ton of DMs and stuff, which I haven't incorporated in the document yet. I will be adding into it. Document will be on, I'll put it up somewhere. People can fucking use it to their fucking heart's content. I just like making documents. So, they go ahead, they go over them. Destiny goes over them, actually. And it's like, yeah, you can see where, like, this thing is missing here and this thing is missing here. To say, yeah, these are doctored, deleted DMs and shit like that, right? And basically clears Claw of that. But Claw never actually ends up going back on Raj. Because Raj had other issues with Claw. If you can click on... fuck, dude,
Claw never returns to Raj Reddit.
I'm not sure. I need to click on this just to make sure. If this is the right time frame. Fuck me. Yeah, so if you go to that, there's a comment there. Jap, this is again after something we're going to be going over in a second. But basically, there's like a list of issues and DMs that Austin has here in this comment by Jape on Reddit. So yeah, he has like stuff there.
Everybody asking for a reason. An incident happened last night off my watch involving a few of the guests on the show. Made me rethink the idea of giving people like that a platform. I need to address it and determine how to move forward because it's causing problems for me and my community. It didn't happen on my show and doesn't involve the Mitch and JFZ or E-Rob or K-Bubbles.
Yeah. So anyways, so yeah, like there's like a bunch of like message of Austin responding to it. And what Austin was specifically responding to, if you go to the eventually turns on Raj 7th Clint, there's this twit longer, right? That I have literally just a little bit ago today, probably about an hour, have found that discusses the allegations that Claw was making against all of these people. A lot of it being Clint, MegSevinth, his current girlfriend. This guy Sam Explains. Just Danish Oxus, who, if you know, who's the guy? Do you know the guy that like they fake the nuclear lolcow that they fake the nuclear attack with?
No, actually.
Oh my god, Mumbles probably would. It's not Cyrax. It's not Cobra. He's kind of like, he's a white dude, like really, he's like kind of a meeper looking guy, like a beeper, like a beep, 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 like one of those people. That's what he looks like to me.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it
I
down?
know, dude. I'm fucking aware, okay? I'm like working on it. I can't fucking remember his name, but Oxus, oh my god, this is like one that I'm sure you know.
What did they do? What did they do?
Let me fucking...
Okay, listen. You go find that. I will read.
Daniel Larson.
I read this a bit longer?
Do you know Daniel Larson?
Daniel Larson.
Okay,
I don't think I know Daniel Larson.
Okay, so Daniel Larson is a lolcow that I think is fairly well known. He's still active and homeless, I believe.
He's a pedo. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Oxus at one point was like trying to help this dude make internet content so he could make money to get an apartment and shit, because otherwise he wasn't doing anything. He was just being homeless on the internet and whatever. So they would play like pranks on him if like the chat raised enough money, one of them including like a nuclear thing. So anyways, yeah, that's Daniel Larson is the Oxus that Claw is referring to here, as well as like
put him on the list, Mumbles. We'll watch him,
as well as a myriad of others. And in this document, we can see characterizations Claw makes of a bunch of people, right? He basically says that Clint effectively fucked Claw over by overcharging a Zoom account from $15 to $4,500, which made Claw lose a lot of money. And then he accused that Clint of stealing that money from him. And then he's like, but I'm going to do whatever. But he gets banned and he comes out. There's a video on YouTube that is the cringiest shit you'll ever see. Well, second cringiest shit you'll ever see tonight. I haven't found it yet. But he basically, Claw got banned because he showed Seventh, who at this point in time is Clint's girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Shows at one point Seventh came on to Clint's wearing an open bustier top because she was gonna be taking pictures or something, and just comes on fucking stream with all her fucking bits hanging out, right? In this document, with one thing we can look at is how Claw felt about Seventh at the time. And very specifically, Claw gives a pretty good way of explaining who Seventh is. She manipulates people by faking mental illness to get attention when things aren't going her way. She absolutely has mental illness issues, but even with support and effort of trying to get her into treatment, she ignores it and threatens suicide to get her way every other day. She has broken in my room to complain about to me about Clint trying to fuck other women, as if that's my problem. She has called me from other people's Discord accounts at random hours in the morning, disguised as an emergency, screaming and crying after lying and manipulating the situation. I've had to deal with Meg in the Just Chatting community for 2 years. Nothing has changed. Nothing will. We tried. And that is how Claw felt about Seven. And I think it's honestly the most apt way I've ever heard this woman spoken of. Ever.
Right, okay.
Okay? Because it never fucking changes.
Okay.
Okay? So anyways, Claw accuses a ton of people of doing a ton of like bad shit. One of them including Sam Explains, who, because Claw just kind of like in his like this manifesto shit that he was doing, he's just like, oh, here are 12 fucking people, all of them are bad and I hate all of them, and they're all literal parts of the fucking Matrix trying to destroy me and whatever. And Raj is in there too, because he makes all these claims. This guy Sam Explains, which I've detailed in another twit longer, one that was produced years ago, ironically enough, by myself, Earthly, Seventh, Biddy, Chai and a bunch of other characters you're going to come to get to know tonight, Beckett, goes ahead and, kind of lets the Sam Explains shit get covered up. And then Sam Explains goes on to tell a bunch of rape victims that the reason they won't send him nudes, because he was a producer in the Backstage era, is because they got raped and that they're ashamed of themselves and that he can help them alone. And then pressured a lot of people.
So Sam said that?
Yeah, Sam said that. This is a totally different person. I know that, but Claw knew all this shit was happening, and because he shotgunned this, it kind of buried the whole fucking thing. And then he also just got so much shit wrong at the time that it literally just let this raper go on his rapey ways.
So one impression I've had of Claw over time is that Claw seems to have a lot of receipts for a lot of shit people have done.
He doesn't.
But the way he releases stuff...
No. He does no receipts for anything. He just says he has receipts and then substantiates it. And tries to substantiate it by going ahead and pulling 6 or 7 things, right? That's why he says Destiny has a rape game. Right, because he's assuming.
Okay. Well, no. What I mean is, it's so receipts might be the wrong word. It's more Claw seems to know things like this, like the Sam thing.
Yeah,
where he'll be aware of something happening, but he'll only drop the information to make somebody else look bad when he's fighting with them.
No, not even that. No, with the Sam stuff, he literally just didn't release it because he's I don't really, he just didn't. He kind of just stifled a lot of people really even looking into it, minimized it ultimately.
Wait, hold on. So there's a tweet longer here of him talking about Sam Explains.
Yeah, and it was
proof of sexual.
He posted,
and then he was "That's it."
Yeah,
that's,
well, he covered. Yeah, he covered.
The...
He ended up kind of covering up a bunch of it, right? And none of it ever came out.
Okay,
right? It's complicated. All right, it's it's so because he's in this weird ultimately he empowered a guy. All right, fuck. How the fuck did this story go? Okay, so when the Backstage Sam Explains shit happened. Sam Explains was accused of using his role as a moderator/producer type character to sexually manipulate women into sending him nudes. Okay?
Okay.
1. Sure. 2. After... Fuck, what was it? What did he do after that? So, it comes to light, and Claw tries to mediate. It, tries to get it to be mediated. And this is why Claw will only have women as mods now on any of his platforms when he does shit, because he's trying to avoid people criticizing him. All right? However, I have several of his former mods who have been yeah, no, this guy sexually harassed me too. It's a whole thing. But yeah, he was trying to do mediated conversations where Sam Explains says all this crazy shit to women, right? Which you can go in the Sam Explains doc. That was the second version of it. Says a bunch of crazy shit to women, gets them to send nudes, threatens them, sexually harasses them, says that they won't go ahead and be able to do stuff on Twitch unless they do this sort of thing. It's just normal and shit. Literally Harvey Weinstein, trying to be the little just chatting Harvey Weinstein.
Okay.
And so Claw does have a lot of that information, but never saves it and never cared about it because it didn't deal with people who specifically betrayed him, Clint and Raj. So he barely talks about it. It's just he's oh, and this guy was creepy to women, right? And
okay.
And then just doesn't focus on it at all. We find out months later, oh, he's literally telling rape victims that he's, yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, this is a Claw thing. It's not that he has receipts on any of the rest of the shit. The Sam Explains stuff, he had absolute receipts for, did nothing with them. With all the people that he's feuding with, he claims he has receipts, doesn't actually have any. Right?
Okay.
And the thing with Claw and Megan is that they take one kernel of, oh, I was right this one time, to mean that everything I say at all times is 100% right. That's why he threw the Sam Explains thing in. So that way he can say, I was right about this one thing, So all the rest of the stuff that I'm saying about Raj raping girls and Hassan raping girls and all that shit is true.
Okay, cool. No,
Right?
I'm with you.
That's
I'm
the
with you.
pathology of it. That's why I'm trying to. Sorry if I'm whatever. So, anyways, he's dating this chick Kitty at the time, and Kitty has since left the fucking internet entirely. Like literally has like zeroed out all of her accounts, removed followers and like followings from all of her accounts, makes them like, you know, unmovable fucking like accounts so that way no one can get through them or do anything with them. They're just there. There's nothing on them. She releases a twit longer about Claw after they break up because of all the shit that Claw's doing, you know, showing Seventh nude, basically her nudes on stream. They were blurred out tits, but it wasn't enough. It was considered revenge porn. They kind of just started going all over, just driving places, getting Uber Eats, living in fucking Airbnbs until it becomes a problem. And this is the woman who Claw often, if you listen to what he says, alleges that he alleges that she had a free use agreement with him, and that's why, and that she was okay with it. That's not true. Seventh has sent
She had
her
a what agreement with him?
a free use agreement.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Oh.
What?
All right, give me
Am
a
I just
sec.
mishearing you?
No. Free use. Free use. You don't. It's a. Okay. So let's imagine that you give up your bodily autonomy to another person.
Oh, okay, cool.
To be
no,
used.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
However,
Right, okay.
they prefer. Claw will not get into
Yeah,
relationships without free use agreements.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've never heard it called that before, but
Yeah.
like, sure, okay.
Okay, well, yeah. So, anyways, so there's this woman, Kitty, who ended up coming out with a twit longer, which has been removed because of fucking harassment that she's gotten from Seventh, and who's like literally zeroed out her fucking accounts and shit like that. Who is yeah, like was how do I put this? Was like, yeah, like I was kind of like forced into the agreement. I didn't really know what it meant, and then, you know, he just started like actually just free using my bank account, money I had, and, you know, when he was on this fucking alcoholic Adderall abuse bender, basically, as well as sexually. So yeah, Claw had a, like, that's a person, but they end up breaking off. And then, you don't really hear much from Claw until the next time you see him. And you want to know what he was doing the next time that you saw him?
I'm assuming accusing somebody of rape.
No,
like, just
he made his first Twitch ban appeal. His first Twitch ban appeal was a YouTube live stream where he read the entire Bible over 126 hours. Okay. I'm just going to give you a moment. It's okay. Think about it. Just think about it.
What?
Yep. That was his first ban appeal, yeah.
He just read the Bible?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Novel? What? Why? Why?
Well, so here's the thing. I would say more, but I think that what's actually important is for us to continue on with this, to understand that Claw makes unorthodox ban appeals. Okay?
Right, okay.
Very unorthodox ban appeals. So, around the same time, all right, Clint and Megan are in Austin. Okay? And they end up moving to Indiana. That's where Clint grew up. He
wait, hold on. I feel like we've skipped something.
No,
we have.
What?
Destiny clears Claw.
No, that was
Claw
the
because
Luna Laney shit.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
The aside note.
Skipped, yeah, like
yeah,
the aside note.
Go ahead, read the aside note, if you will.
So Destiny clears Claw because he shows edited messages. Aside, at the time, Claw would boast about how he would get a big gulp or something like that drink, like 1/4 of it, and fill the rest with liquor to be fun for stream. It's also alleged that he had a serious Adderall dependency and possibly smoked meth himself. Okay, so
yes.
This seems to be like Destiny's early involvement with him.
Yes, and there is a stream that does exist. I cannot find it. I know that there are parts of it that I can show later in the document, but I need to pour through them, and I'm kind of fucking speed running this shit right now, dude. Okay, like I haven't had a lot of time to put all this together,
that's fine. That's fine. I just think it's important that we link back to things as much as possible because this is fucking.
Here's
nuts.
where the insanity.
this is so fucking weird.
Yeah, so it's weird, and we're about to get into the violent part. So Meg and Clint moved to Indiana. Okay.
Okay.
And when they go to Indiana, they get this apartment. Things are whatever, and they do what is known as the bathtub stream, which is Clint 1717 sitting in a bathtub for 127 hours in response to Claw's Bible stream. He wanted to do one more hour than the Bible stream because he really didn't like Claw, right? Okay. So, there's a lot of streams. This is what Clint's content was at the time. It was like challenge streams where he would like have to do 1 million squats. He'd have to get buried alive underground, whatever. During one of them, Megan threw the router out the window. During another one, Megan's dog chose to sit in Clint's tent rather than Megan's tent, like for most of everything. There's a lot going on there, but it ends with...
No, wait, stop.
What?
Wind back.
Wait, what? Go ahead. What do you mean?
Why does that matter?
Why does that matter?
Let's start with that.
Well, it'll okay. So here's what I'm going to say. Why does that matter? And what I want you to do is bring up the next clip. All right? Okay? We're going to watch these 2 clips, and then I can explain to you why it actually matters.
I have permanent scars on my face now from where she fucking scratched me. I wear a hat most of the time, so it doesn't even show. But like, I have permanent scars for that. Everybody wants to just laugh about it and be like, oh, it's a guy, getting scratched by a 100-pound girl. That's fine. I understand that. But I'm never going to accept the fact that so let's just say this. Say I was the partnered streamer and she was the affiliate streamer, because she's a partnered streamer, right? So let's just say this. If I was the partnered streamer and I was charged with that shit and I went to jail, I would already be banned off Twitch. And Twitch doesn't give a fuck about that. And she's able to go on the Yas TV podcast and run her mouth about me. And now she's saying I'm a fucking pedophile and all this other shit because her EPO's up now. You guys all saw it on the fucking Yas TV stream. She didn't even know when her EPO ended. It's fucking bullshit.
For running down the street with her tits out.
So, if you heard the TTS there, the incident that Clint is talking about is an assault that Megan perpetuated against Clint and was arrested for, right? And when she gets arrested for it, right, basically it's because she ran out, tits out, down the street, attacking Clint, and as Clint puts it, if I'm not mistaken, a small Mexican woman called the cops because she was so worried. And then the cops showed up, and Clint's like, all right, I guess I'm getting shot then, man. We're talking to this guy tonight, by the way.
Right, okay, we're talking to
this guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that happens, right? And if you go to the next clip, we have further kind of clips from Clint describing it. Okay?
Wow. Okay.
Bruh.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, just look at her LMAO. Yay then. Did she?
Here we go. Oh, there we go.
Jones
Oh,
PRD.
there we go.
You should raise enough to get a bunch of camping gear stuff to cook on and a tent, then you don't need no more money for a while. You can cook what you kill and fish and live for free in the woods.
My old,
15,000.
my old community was had way funnier chatters. Anyways, so this all happens, and then
Up your game, lads.
So the reason why I bring this up is that Megan gets charged with assault of Clint in Indiana, right? But along with that, she also gets charged with animal abuse for not going ahead, having her dog like leashed, chipped, all sorts of other fucking shit of just her being negligent to it. And along with that, right, one of the important parts to understand about this, Megan has abandoned animals that she had. She had a cat that got cancer that she just left with her mother. Her mother, who she claims killed her father with the Italian mafia. And that's why she doesn't trust Italians, even though she's Italian. Mm-hmm. They would know,
her
right?
Mother, who she claims killed her father,
yeah,
through a mob hit.
Sort of.
And that's why she has prejudice against all Italians.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? Not the worst reason I've heard for having prejudice against Italians.
Most of them are actually pretty good, honestly.
I mean,
trains, etc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyways, Clint eventually flees this situation in Indiana and goes to Austin. Now, this is like a little bit of an alleged, they say that it happens a certain way. However, I'm going to say that this happens in a way funnier way because it actually makes more sense with all of the history involved. Okay? So, little known streamer Mitch Jones. Okay? Do you know of him?
Name rings a bell, yeah.
Okay, so I posted a link to one of his songs in here. And bring it up so that way we can start talking about who is in this link. All right. Pause now. That's Barry74, who's pulling him out of a pool, okay, that he's drowning in, I guess. Face up, sitting in the short end and treading water. Continue. And then pause again. Layla, who is going to be a recurring character in about a year when she calls the cops on Clint, says he has a gun, and says Clint has a gun in Austin, Texas, in order to what appears to be get him killed by the cops.
Right, okay, cool.
Yeah,
so she's normal. Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but anyways, so Layla is Mitch's girlfriend here. Now, how Seventh allegedly, gets to Austin is she flirts with Mitch Jones at the time and gets flown to Austin by Mitch Jones and then blows him and fucks him a few times. And that's how she gets to Austin after Clint flees Indiana to get away from Seventh, right? Because he still had friends in Austin. Trip Tank TV, right? So, Layla and Mitch break up shortly after this video is done, and allegedly, this song is actually about Seventh. It's so bad. Drugs.
Do you know what? I will give it this. It's better than Lindsay Ellis's rape rap.
Well, let me tell you, it isn't better than Claw's second appeal to Twitch. Okay.
Do you want me to watch the rest of this?
You don't need to. I think you get the perfect vibe, right? You get the perfect vibe, right?
I want to see. Hold on.
in my chat, I'll never forgive Barry for saving that drowning rat. Oh man. He's just Barry 74, dude. He just works at a Target. It's okay. You know, he's just here to chill and see some boobs, dude.
Okay, so this guy makes a song with Discount Avril Lavigne. And
Discount Avril Lavigne, who was also was for a very long while the #1 stake sponsored female gambler.
What? Wait, what?
Yes, Layla was the #1 stake sponsored female gambler for several years.
Okay.
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 Just adding more fucking lore to it, dude.
Yeah, no, that's. Listen, I've got a very big blind spot for Twitch lore, and this I think a lot of people do, but this shit is in.
We're not even. We have
weird.
2 more years to get through at this point,
Okay.
at a minimum.
Okay.
And these are exciting years, right? So,
Okay.
one thing that did happen, there was this guy 1x Coke, and I have actually I don't have the. I have it in my DMs. I haven't added it to this yet. This guy 1x Coke was a freak. And we ended up doing some documents on this guy because he sexually harassed this woman, Kari Kitsune cosplay. But moreover, he has a 16-year-old girl from Australia on with a bunch of other 40-year-old dudes and was like, "Oh, you probably are a good girl." And like try to do like some pretty grooming, creepy shit. Okay. All right. Okay. We find out about all this as a community back then. And 1x Coke is taking everybody to argue with him about shit on it. He actually brings Claw on, and Claw acts totally normal. It's like, "No, man, I just got unbanned. Don't worry about it," right? And in order to get this guy banned so he could stop recruiting through Twitch and shit like that. It's a whole fucking thing, right? But I have a video for that I'm going to put I have in the document. It's mostly irrelevant to this, but it is like one good thing Claw did that I will always give him credit for, that at least in like one moment at that time, him and Megan, he was at least medicated, right? Because he was working a job at IBM, like he was working a job again and everything like that. He had been off stream for a while, and yeah, 100 fucking %. He was medicated at the time. So that's what it was. But anyways, so a little bit after that, Claw starts working with John Zerka. During John Zerka's, like, I don't even remember when exactly it was. But it's like when I started hanging out with Zerka. But he started like producing shows for John. You know, the Zerka Royale was one of them. It's actually where Haas and Hinkle got really big on. They were really drew from that, right? And so Claw was putting all this shit together. And of course, after like 2-3 months, decides, hey, I want to get angry at everybody, right? And Claw accuses Zerka of pedophilia because of a character known as OG Emily, right? So Zerka is present in the Raj days, and then they're doing all the recruitings and stuff, right? And so there's this one girl that comes on. Her name's OG Emily. She's 17 at the time, and she comes on for one stream, and then immediately everybody's like, you know, they find out her age, and they're like, all right, cool. They don't talk to her. Several years later, they're all
Wait,
like,
how old was she when she turned up?
What do you mean turned up?
So, okay, so she turns up, they find out her age. How old was she?
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So anyways, so she goes ahead, comes on these things, they kick her out. 2 years later, when she's 19, Zerka's living in Austin with Nina, and match or something like that. It might be like he ends up going and living with her shortly after this long thing. And so he starts dating this woman and fucking her. Okay, Zerka's like what, 27? She's 19. It's still like, but you know, whatever. It's like Claw alleges that Zerka's a pedophile. He also alleges that Clint got a blowjob from her, so Clint is also a pedophile, right? And that's Claw saying these things about Clint.
Okay.
Anyways, and then I got to know Claw this way. Eventually, Claw and Clint kind of make up with everything, right? And occasionally, he would come on stream as a COVID virus who talked about how the vaccine wasn't going to stop him. And so you shouldn't get vaccinated. Anyways, so that all happens, and then we enter into the true new Meg saga, which is 2 weeks before Clint's birthday 2 years ago. Claw and Meg started dating. And on Clint's birthday of that year, Claw told Clint about it. And since then, it has gotten really fucking weird. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's been normal up till now.
Yeah, kinda. Do you want to see his second unban appeal? Which was around the same time that he did that? Okay. So, click the link. That's the virus thing. Just bring this up. And we're gonna give it a little bit of a watch. Okay? This was Clint Claw's second ban appeal. I'm kind of joking, but that was what he meant by it, right? I made more money off this video than he did. It was fucking basically like
Okay.
made $200, had to sit there and watch it in a cowmaid outfit. You will want to pause on the LSF comments, just for your own good.
It's obvious by this clip and his Twitter page that he stirs shit for attention. At least he's suspended indefinitely. Your Twitch account has been indefinitely suspended. Honestly, fuck Claw, stalker. Okay. Imagine how this delusional leech is molding right now. The drama was ignored completely. His 5 minutes ended same day, completely done, burned all possible bridges. Claw is pretty stupid.
Pause this one. This was my favorite.
Claw was just fat and annoying.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay. Former Austin show producer alleges that Austin and other producers used the show to hook up with small streamers in exchange for exposure. Where have we heard that claim before more recently? Wild. He's just so weird, I'll never trust people Twitch will flirt with, whatever. Twitch ban, yeah.
He's been banned for like 2 years at this point, right? So, he decides to make a musical of him recording himself in his chair singing songs over random YouTube beats.
Welcome to my basement, this is where all of my dreams end. Cause I can't hang out, cause I've only got 3 friends. 2 of them are spiders and 1 is a dog. I just sit down here and I write my blog. Partying daily, that is the title. Drinking lots of beer, cause for me it is vital. Not an alcoholic and I don't like beer, okay? Actually, how did I even get here? I think hard like a mind erection. And girl, you're so soft, you got my full attention. Trying so hard not to copy Gambino, but his lyrics so cancerous, they gon' need chemo. Try to break it down, so for you I'll go slow. There's a lot of things about me that you don't know. I'm awkward, I'm lame, but mostly forgettable.
This is unhinged.
Shit, I forgot to.
Press pause real quick.
Cause it's kinda get confused.
How far into this are we?
3 minutes.
How long is it?
It is an hour and 26 minutes long. Hold on.
It's all of his
Cause
different...
I'm still falling slowly for that new slang. The next few are real, but they're coming from the heart. Every single one of these has been tearing me apart. And it started with the moon, who pulled me like the tide, till she had me in her orbit and crushed me with the lies. The paranoia's got the best of me like destiny, but
I didn't get the closure.
It has cameos?
Yes.
But at least it
Yes.
wasn't Jover's. No, no.
Yep. Wasn't his Bible
Thanks,
reading
Claw, you know, I hope you
126
get
hours
through
long?
whatever you're going through.
these haters, I don't even have to pass go. Listen to the truth, show them what they need to see. Giving me the lead role, then I'll be the nominee. One last thing I gotta say before I go. The whole world's watching, so we're putting on a show. If you make me fall again, then I'll make you suffer. Cause when I rise against, I'm not losing like Lucifer.
Guy.
Bro! Fucking bro! Come on!
Cause I'll never quit. Building up my money, so you better withdraw. Cause I'm scheduling the tweets that are saying free claw. Heading to the west coast, burning down the HQ. Even though you fucked it up, it doesn't mean I hate you. Forgiveness is the key, so I'm letting you decide who you want to ban and who needs to survive. Everyone is fighting and it's gonna get psychotic. Remember that it's gonna be vote to keep, not kick. Royale is choosing how we're gonna run society. That way we end up actually having some variety. Survival of the fittest has always been the way. If you wanna give it up, then you never should have played. Trying to debate me cause you're acting like you know best. The revolution's begun, so it's time to start a protest.
I'm fascinated,
Click
and
a
I've
few
also found
more songs. I want to say this. I think his goth rock songs kind of go hard. I don't know which ones they are. All right, but I think it's like close to this. I think it might be the purple, right? Just click randomly. That's like...
My mistakes, cause I'm trying to undo.
No.
Or share the song with the world if you ever want more innovative streams and breaking the whole meta. But if not, that's okay.
Right. What's the one thing that you notice about this?
Huh?
What's one thing you notice about this? There is literally no genre at all.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I mean,
it's just random.
It's just like it's just completely fucking
He
random.
just did random shit. He found random videos on YouTube and sang over them. Anyways, continue.
Don't want to go. Understanding history, never oppressed. Passing the time so long ago, getting kind of slippery, feeling possessed.
Oh, this one I actually kind of like this song. I hate myself for it though. I think it's because the beat's really good.
Where did you come from? What are you doing? You wanna go out tonight? Yeah, I'm so in. Oh, you've been hearing all the bad things about me. Must have been why you responded so quickly. Seeming like a player, but I'll treat you like a gentleman. Ask me any question, I'm sure it'll be genuine. Who the hell are you? Do I even wanna know? Looking like a friendly, acting like a foe. When we heading back, you in my place or yours? Feeling so domesticated, got me doing chores. How are you the one that doesn't want any commitment? Got me pushing you away. Never mind, just come and get it. As soon as we get back, you start acting so improperly. It takes a minute till I'm having you on top of me, and I'm assuming you're human, but you're feeling like a demon. It don't matter. Spend the night. Fuck the airplane.
Rezzy, this is meant to answer questions, not give me more fucking questions.
Make me feel this way inside.
Jesus
Why?
fucking whack.
Always act so fucking shy. Why do you keep watching me with those eyes? Why do you
So anyways,
make me feel so
what the
Becca, I'm just telling you right now. Click pause real quick.
Okay.
I am basically no, leave that up. We actually need the end of that video for something. So
okay.
I want you to know. I want you to understand something real quick. If you really, I'm giving you. If you have video games that you want to play, I can basically give you 19 hours of just video that you can go through. 6 hours is of me just being like, I hate everything about this dude, and I'm tired of his shit. And then after that, it's 11 hours of him schizo ranting. That is his entire manifesto against Destiny and the entire world. I believe he mentions the Pope in it, so...
That sounds,
so the very end of this...
good. Yes, I do want that.
Alright, so the very end of this, click play. This is the symbolism. So, algorithm, to him, was him shedding himself. So this was his famous hoodie. He's renting this place, by the way. His famous hoodie that he wore on all of his shows, that he just set on fire on his balcony that he was renting at. So, anyways. This audio here is actually produced by my head mod, Pixstart, I believe. I think he was the one that, like, cut this up, right, Pixie? Don't copy strike it. This needs to stay online forever, Pixstart. So yeah, my mod Pixstart made the music for this.
Okay.
Okay. And just pictures of videos of everybody he interacted with back then. Goolsby. That's how he ends it too. Is the thing. So yeah. That was his second Twitch ban. Or his second ban appeal, okay?
Okay.
It worked.
Wait, what?
He got no. It worked. He got unbanned after this, right? I shit you fucking not. He starts dating Meg, and then he gets unbanned. But, like, this is part of his last ban appeal, as he calls it. And then, had Meg write his ban appeal. And then he gets unbanned. So he claims that album got him unbanned.
Sure.
Cool.
Fuck it.
Sure. So this is when, like, the Claw Meg like getting together thing starts, right?
Okay.
And Claw is opening up this website thing that was called at the time Eden and then Good. Where he's basically trying to recreate the backstage thing that he was doing underneath Raj back in the day. But he did it for about 3 weeks before he fucked off the internet. So if you want to click on the Eden Good Inc. web archive link I gave you there, right? If you want to click on that, I will, you can take a look at his website. And I will have to describe some of the pictures, right? That are not saved on here, right?
Okay, so
they were all pictures of him in various poses like this. Okay, including
advertising.
Yeah, you were in the Eden Discord. Yes, Hana, that was a Claw thing.
Community of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Choose your domain. Must want to play them all. Adversary, push yourself to the limits in this roguelike royal game that pits the streamer against their own chat. Fuck, that's just how every streamer is. Backstage, venture back in time with friends.
No.
Through dimensions and solve puzzles together.
So the whole thing is, these were shows he was, like, working on. And that's, like, what the whole point was. He has this thing about going through the alphabet one letter at a time whenever he names things. And so these were shows he was going to run. And that's what they were going to be called.
DOA. E F
D E F. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He thinks he's really clever, by the way. Oh yeah, wait, go back up here. You see the Claw was taken thing, Alex J. Green. It's not doxed. His name has been known forever. He's said it since the beginning of his career. This was literally 2 back-to-back pictures of him doing this back-to-back with himself. Okay. Like,
what a fucking spug.
Okay. So, this was his website, and he wanted to recreate the backstage, right? Now, because of his actions with Clint, everybody around me in that old community started fighting with each other, and I'm like, I can't stand any of you right now. And then I stopped talking to them, and I started doing crosswords every morning, right?
Okay.
So, eventually, when he gets unbanned, gets everything cleaned up, he has, like, almost within, like, 3 weeks of it, he fucking has some shit happen where he's in, like, a drama, and he's like, all right, I need to go on hiatus. I don't actually remember what it was, because, like, I had literally clocked out of Twitch entirely at the time. I mean, I had to ask people about it. I talked to him a lot more around this time, which is why we got the certain audio that many people have heard of Claw and Meg, right? And I understand I'm not saying much about, like, I mean, Meg is just kind of tagging along. The most she's doing is, you've no idea. She's not, doesn't seem like she's streaming, doesn't seem like she's working, doesn't seem like she's doing much of anything other than just sitting there with Claw, right? Okay. No fucking idea what the fuck is going on. She will come back, but whatever. So, he backs off a bit because of the drama. Then, you know, he comes back to restart his shit when the Adriana Lee Crazy Slick stuff comes out, right? Because he was pushing this idea that this dipped in poison girl was actually the one that got assaulted and drugged at a party for the Austin sex cult.
Oh shit! That's what links into the war room shit.
That sex cult is
I'm
Nina's
catching
house.
up, guys. I'm catching up. I'm with it.
Right?
Right. Okay. It's all coming together now, like a fucking web of mythology.
Dude, it's fucking.
Fantastic.
It's like, yeah, like this is the thing that this is. So, anyways, so he alleges that this one woman in Austin, she's a streamer now, is running a sex cult out of her house, right? That, like, Clint was, like, grooming and pedophiling people because Clint lived there, Zerka lived there. Bunch of fucking people that need, like, short-term living in fucking Austin would go live there, right?
I'm gonna be honest, having seen a clip of Clint in a Hawaiian shirt, I don't think that motherfucker could groom anyone.
Clint? You have no idea. He's so charming. Like, unironically, there's something about him that you're just gonna be like, oh, I kind of get it. You'll get it. He's also, like, 5'10", so...
He's like what?
He's like 5'10", 5'9", so he's like just a little bit shorter than like your average dude.
Okay, so he's less threatening. I kind of get it.
Yeah, but he's actually really. Anyways, so, where were we? All right, so he comes back because of the Adriana Lee stuff, and what he wants to do is he wants to attach that, to his thing with Dipped in Poison and with Lupelli. Now, you may know Lupelli, okay? Do you remember the Slicker stuff with the gambling and shit? Remember how, like, people were saying he was stealing from a cancer patient or a chemotherapy patient?
Yes.
That's Lupelli. You know how during that conversation, she's like, Slicker, don't you remember sitting with me when we were writing the documents about, like, the thing that happened? That is what Claw's magnum opus has been, as well as Megan's, for years, was getting Lupelli her justice for the time that she allegedly got diddled at a party with Austin in 2019. This is what Claw alleges. So if you go to Schizo Posting YouTube Twitter, on Twitter, you have his 7-hour manifesto, because Elon Musk is more fair.
Ban stream?
Huh? This the cherry band streak, we'll talk about this. This is fine. I just
Okay.
want to say he had this manifesto and did that, right? Which I ended up responding to it, like a few of like the videos that he has. But this is his full manifesto. It's hours long and it's incomprehensible. A lot of it is him just complaining about like
is that
whatever.
Wait, which one's the full manifesto?
This is the full manifesto, the Twitter one.
Okay, so this is like an hour. Okay, cool.
Yeah. No. Stop. Pause it. Scroll down.
Oh.
Scroll.
Oh.
Scroll.
No fucking way.
It's 5 hours of Twitter video.
No way. Fucking what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to bookmark that. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. So, he did this before the whatever, but I heard about this shit. So I knew of the Claw beating audio the day it happened. Chai, are you in the chat?
Yes, Chai is in my chat.
All right, Chai, do you want to jump up in the VC? You'll be the next part of this whole little story. If that's okay.
Porosity.
3 paragraphs.
No. Start from the beginning, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. It's so boring.
So
okay,
anyways.
ready?
Boring, huh?
Boring, huh? Yeah. Fuck me. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay.
I'm waiting for
Which
Chai
be
to jump
joined.
on, 'cause this is when it makes sense. Anyways, so cold night. I'm driving, and I receive a phone call with a woman crying. And that woman is Chai Bunny Baby, right here, right now. Because she just listened to Claw beat the shit out of Megan in the now infamous Discord audio.
Hold on.
You're fine. Take your time. The now infamous Discord audio.
Okay. Welcome.
She's getting her shit together. She's not going to listen to you. She's my
That's
daughter.
that's fine. That's okay. She's what?
She's my daughter. It's a Mr. Girl relationship.
Oh fuck! Don't do the Mr. Girl thing, please. I will have to bully the shit out of you.
No,
you filthy fucking degenerate.
No, I've met Chai. I've met Chai in person several times. Like we literally talk
that
daily.
doesn't help.
Yeah.
No.
Her mom's in
the
chat.
Girl
It's Lilith, Dez. Just moral guides. That's what we're doing. We're like, that's what we do. We adopted her.
I fucking hate this space.
What do you want? No, I've known Chai for like 3 or 4 years at this point. The dad thing arose after this situation because her dad died. So she doesn't have a dad. That's the person
None
we're
of
talking
that
to.
helps.
Yes, it
Please
does.
stop talking.
What do you mean?
Like, please.
What do you mean?
Please.
What do you mean?
Fucking.
How am I? What is wrong with what I'm saying?
He's my new dad.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
like, what do you
I don't
mean?
think it makes sense any other way. Like,
Yeah, like,
it's almost
quite literally,
weird.
It must.
She's
It
one
must.
of my
You're
best
like,
friends.
No, it must. It absolutely fucking does. Shut the fuck up.
All right, let me quit my stuff. I'll be right back.
Hey, you're okay. Take your time.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her computer. She's kind of fucking stupid. She needs somebody to help her too. Like, I'm sorry. Like, after the, you're gonna be like, yeah, okay, yeah, you might be doing all right. I think that's where we're gonna get to with this, right? But yeah, so Chai was around Claw a lot during during this Eden stuff. I wasn't, because I was like, leave me the fuck alone. You fucked with like a bunch of shit I was doing, and I am so fucking done with this shit. But Chai was around a lot then, and has continued to be like someone who is allowed to talk to Megan, basically. So she keeps talking to Megan. That's what that is.
Apparently, I'm Nir's new dad. Apparently, that's what we're doing now. So
Yeah.
I'm not doing the parasocial parent thing.
Well,
I'm barely a responsible adult for myself, let alone for anyone else. Okay.
There is like more depth there, but like, it's like depth that requires a lot of weird nuance to just be like, it's like half a joke because like it's supposed to be half a joke, but I don't know, dude. Chai's like a really, really good friend. So, but she dealt with a lot of shit. Hi, Chai.
Hi, I'm Chai. I like cozy things and I like inserting myself into toxic situations so I can expose them.
This is Chai. Chai, Beckett.
Hi, Chai. How are you doing? It's nice to meet you. I'm just putting you comfortably in a bunker.
Well, I don't really know who you are, but I did want you to know Seventh wanted me to tell you something like good meme, or I don't.
To me?
Yes, you specifically. She said, "Oh, tell him I said good memes." Like, I don't.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, Goon Cave. Oh, which one is it? Like, it could be any of them. Like, fucking. Well, listen. I appreciate that. She's ingratiating herself. From what I've heard, I think that leads to me getting scratched in the face or attacked by something. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm British. I probably deserve it. But it's nice to meet you. I also like comfy things. I have a large whale shark plushie. So I think we'll get on well. You come highly recommended.
Yes, for a very specific period.
That's new.
Yeah, but okay. Anyways, so we're working on it. So you were there with Claw during the Eden shit, as well as the audio. And I was wondering if you would explain that to Beckett. Because, like, I think that this plus a little bit about what you know about Megan. Because that's kind of what this part of the story is. And this is a part of the story that I've never been fully involved in. But I think you've related to me occasionally.
I'm sorry, what am I discussing? What am I narrating?
What happened during the fucking Eden and good shit?
Like the
Good
audio?
Inc. Eden and Good Inc. No, like the fucking community that Claw was doing with like when he got unbanned and shit.
Honestly, I kind of blacked it out. You can cover this one.
I don't know what happened either. Like I blacked out a lot of this shit, so
fucking
great.
Well, it was just so boring. Like it was typical mundane Claw shit, like conspiracy theory here, conspiracy theory there.
What is mundane?
What do you
Claw
mean?
shit?
I am God. I am Claw. Like I don't.
What is so that?
I am God. I am Claw.
Remember the minuscules.
Okay.
Those are typical Claw things.
Yeah, he says
I would say he is
time.
very narcissistic.
Yep.
Can you explain the audio to me, because I've heard the audio, but maybe you can enlighten me further.
Okay, so Claw swears this was edited, but the only thing was I wasn't recording at the beginning of the call. And then when things started to sound weird, I was like, oh snap, I'm gonna start recording, because he made me literally show him my screen so that he could see I wasn't recording when we were on a call.
Okay.
So he already thought I wasn't, so I started. But I had my mic muted in Discord or whatever it was. Not Discord, Streamlabs. And I didn't know. So like the whole thing that I was saying didn't end up getting captured. But that was the only thing that was weird about the audio. He was like, oh, she edited this, she edited that. No, my mic just literally never got recorded. Oops.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. You're not the first person that's happened to. I've seen that happen a few times, so that's fine. Okay. Can you?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, say that again.
Do your questions.
So we were just supposed to hang out. That was it. We were gonna I don't know, watch a movie, play a game, because I knew Seventh didn't really have many friends, and honestly, Clint kind of told me to be her friend still, because she probably didn't have that many people to be friends with. So I was nice to her and stuff. And we were supposed to hang out, and then all of a sudden that's going on. And like, I just wanted to make sure there was at least someone there to be able to witness if anything were to go south. And like, honestly, if Megan didn't want the call to be on, why was Claw still on the call too? And then the next day they tried to say it was a test. It was all an illusion. And I'm like, dude, that's kind of fucked up. Like, you can't just do that.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. This all sounds insane to me. And To put that
I
into
cannot
perspective,
say
while
I
all
will
this was
fully.
happening, I was around the skeptic community and all that shit. So when I say this sounds insane to me, my bar for this is pretty high. Can I? So you're still friends with Megan, right?
I wouldn't necessarily call us friends because to be friends, you have to be able to trust each other. But I still ask her if she's doing okay.
Okay.
I still check in. Like
Okay,
I
so you
told her
still-
she could come here if she wanted to. I don't know. I don't want to speak for somebody. But I will say, like, I can't say what happened there. All I did hear was what you heard. I didn't see anything. So, like, I really don't know what happened, but it didn't sound right.
Okay. So, where the fuck do I go from here? So, okay. I guess my primary question is this. From what we've seen of Claw since he's been back and everything else.
I don't like Claw. I would never trust Claw. I don't think
Okay.
he's a cool person. I think he kind of smells like Yoshi eggs that get pooed out. And I think that MegSevinth could be cool someday. Could
Okay,
be.
she
What's your
she
percent
could be cool
chance?
one day.
Percent.
One day.
What's the percent chance that happens?
I don't want to jinx it.
What's the percent chance that she's found dead under a bridge in a murder-suicide with Claw?
Don't say that. That's
Like-
so rude.
I don't care. Like, I know what... Like,
Right before Christmas, Rezzy? You're getting cold.
I know. God doesn't believe in me anyways. So, the thing is, yeah, I don't know where you left off there. But yeah, like, Chai is like the one person that talks to Megan. Still.
Why? Okay.
That's it.
Where the fuck do we go here?
So this started when Megan and Clint were dating.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to be your friend then. And then it just kept going through to Claw.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, I just want you to be okay and healthy.
So can we describe, like, how were some of the streams that Clint and Meg did together in Indiana, for instance? I think that might be a good place to go.
What do you mean their streams? Like how it would get interrupted and how
yeah.
she wouldn't really help and
Yeah.
how they're
throwing the router,
like a router, like
trying, you know, not helping him not drown and stuff.
yeah, I don't. I mean, if you're
what?
living somewhere for free, like obviously I don't know the whole story. I wasn't there.
Wait,
But if you're living somewhere for free and all you have to do is help with stream and like maybe cook a little, clean a little bit, like
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what do you
That's
mean
not hard.
helping him not drown? Wait, what does that mean?
I think at one point Clint he had a full pool in the apartment and he was in a wetsuit for like 3 days. I think that
I don't
Megan,
think I was there for that.
yeah, I think Megan was trying to drown him at one point because she stopped like that's what I feel. So yeah, on it.
Okay.
Zia liked Clint more. Zia is the dog that is involved in this.
Okay.
All right.
Do you think that Yoshi gets?
Just read it, Shy. Just read it.
Go on, try.
You got it.
You actually want me to?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you got it. Come on.
Do you think that Yoshi gets embarrassed when he poos out eggs in front of Mario? Sorry if this offends anyone, but I thought it was a funny thing, haha. And I would like to know if any of you have any pics of Yoshi pooping an egg while he looks nervous or embarrassed. I just want to see it for a few laughs, haha. Another thing I'm wondering is, what do you think the eggs smell like, haha? I'm just curious for laughs, hee hee, haha. I would like to smell them. Well?
This is a very weird moment in my life.
Yes.
And
You didn't even hear the uwu version. It's horrendous.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Oh no, actually. Oh fuck, is that? Oh okay, yeah, no. Fuck, I remember
Chai
the
is
Uwu
perfect.
copy pastas. Jesus fucking Christ. So Okay, so they're all sort of friends making streams together. They all fall out massively. Claw goes insane. Megan goes from dating Clint to dating Claw.
Oh, the next day after that, he also told me that I might have to lie to the police.
After the audio. After the audio.
Like, what?
Oh. Oh my god.
So I will say the one thing that I have an issue with Seventh is the fact that she thinks that everybody wants Claw.
What do you mean by wants Claw? As in a sexual way?
Yes, like they want her man.
I mean, who?
I get targeted of this frequently. And I'm just like, no, Megan, I'm not attracted to Claw. You can keep that one, dog. I'd prefer if you did it, but okay.
So, yeah.
Happy that they're getting engaged though. Woohoo!
Oh yeah, that's something we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to the engagement yet. Okay, like we got like another year and a half before we get to the engagement. I think from where we're at, maybe a year. It's like it's like a year and a half till we get to the engagement.
Okay. Okay. So I guess my core question is this. Actually, fuck, you've known them for ages. Oh, fuck, I want to jump ahead and ask you questions. I don't know how long you're around for. Are you sticking around?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back to telling the story.
I would just be playing small lands and farming to make my base completely out of metal because it's more aesthetically pleasing. So
yeah,
you know,
that's
I'll
fine.
miss out on some grinding time, but
yeah, I mean, like I'll just be. I mean, you can do that while I just kind of like, I think that right now, like this is
I
the
can't.
thing.
I told you I like to be cozy and I like to introduce myself into talk. Like the cozy part is the number one for a reason.
You're making me want to get like plushies now.
I love her so much.
This is a cloud pillow.
It's nice, but I don't have a cloud pillow. I only have like an.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Let's go grab a plushie. Let me talk to my daughter.
You...
Bye.
Do you know what I realized recently, actually?
Yeah.
This is a complete aside, but President Sunday has like the squid thing.
Yeah, the
like,
transphobic squid, right?
But the like actual squid, like the blue one.
No, I don't know the blue one, no.
Yeah, he's got like a long blue, like actual squid thing. I realized that I have one of those, but it's in red, and I just thought that was really weird.
Okay,
I was like,
well,
oh, we have the same squid.
Yeah, I have like cats.
Okay,
so.
look, you talk to your daughter. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go and get a
understood.
plushie.
Okay.
Big
Okay.
ass.
Listen,
plushie.
fuck, I'm just gonna
Get
lean
cozy.
into it. If you two want to be fucking weird, that's your problem, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to lean into it.
This
It's
also
fine.
gives you like a time to take a
Okay,
break.
so when
naturally.
it comes around this year, you better wish him a happy Father's Day, bitch.
I refuse. I refuse. Listen.
Go
if
grab the
Rezzy
plushie
is
and
your
get
father,
cozy.
he is.
Go get the plushie and get cozy. Just
Well,
go.
he looks good for his age, right?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Right, I'll be back in a sec.
All right. Yeah, yeah, we're at the audio beating stuff, and then so we got to talk about the that we already I'm assuming talked to about, and then now we're about to get into the arrest record outside of Megan, right? Because there's the Rhode Island assault, the assault on Gibbs's friend, the Kicker Keep attacks, the stuff that I covered earlier this year in videos. And then I don't know what else actually at that point. I don't even know if that was it. I think they were in Rhode Island, right? Chai?
What were you talking about?
Okay. So they got arrested in Rhode Island, right?
Okay, yeah, they got arrested in Rhode Island, right? I'm sorry, I saw chat. They were talking about my nails. I was, your
You
dad.
want to show them the tape?
I tuned you out.
Just show them the
I
nails.
tuned you out. I'm sorry.
I understand.
You're a father. I can't hear you.
Oh man, Jesus fucking Christ! Yes, they got arrested. Thank you, Pickstart. Oh, stand down, stand alert. You know, like I didn't realize that Shy was going to be really dumb tonight, but it's okay. You know, like woo.
I've returned with more plushies.
All right, excellent.
They're not big
I've got an
enough.
eel.
So
yeah, but if I get the really big one, it'll get in the way of everything. So I'll just sort of
You should have just grabbed an actual pillow.
I don't even care.
So here's the thing, right? That I'm confused about because I might actually be getting the timing wrong. Were they in? Did he get unbanned? He got unbanned, and all that shit happened. But before all that, he was in Rhode Island, and there was a domestic violence arrest that occurred. I don't know much about that. I think Clint knows more. I think somebody else knows more about that than me. That's one. I probably have the stuff somewhere, but I don't actually know. But there was an arrest for domestic violence, and that is the first time that sort of thing happens, right? And then this goes ahead and ends up moving towards him going on Kick or Keep with Destiny, right?
Claw was on Kick or Keep.
Yeah, he went on Kick or Keep, the first episode, with Clint1717. And Clint1717 kept reminding the guy, hey man, your girlfriend sucked my dick. And then later that day, Claw was arrested for domestic violence. So, yeah, that's what happened. Clint bullied him into beating his girlfriend.
I made a South Park episode out of it.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't really know the full info, right? But like, yeah, the original Rhode Island thing, none of us are like fully has the full info. And it's between her and her mom. Her mom is in a interesting place in all this, but you know, that is whatever it is. So that happens, the Kick or Keep panel, right? Then you have the stuff that got alleged on the panel that I went and screamed at her on Wednesday, I believe it was, right? You have that stream that happens, and then Gibbs has his own story of it. I don't actually know that, and Gibbs is not available to talk tonight. Right?
Okay, how does Gibbs tie into any of this?
So Gibbs is friends with this woman named Melheezy, okay? And Melheezy...
Of course she is.
At one point,
she is. Why wouldn't she be named Melheezy?
Yeah. So Melheezy, at one point, is doing services with Seventh in Austin. And that's where Seventh
services?
Yeah.
What do you mean by services?
Some naked services and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, doing stuff along those lines.
Wait, so...
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like the fact that Seventh was doing services is a key point you're missing out from this, and I'm not sure why it's
how much she was like actually involved with it is like kind of like nefarious. That's why I'm saying it's services, because there were some things, but none of it can like be like really hard proven. And honestly, I'm not really sure it's much else other than probably like selling like pictures on like Fansly or something, and like that could be what Seventh did. And so I don't want to like make some like comparison, and like along with that, it's not even known if they were like full on nudes and shit like that as well. So yeah, we don't really know what happened there exactly. We have alleging things, but you know, nothing that we can like fully prove, right? What's this shovel? You're muted.
I said sorry. I'm being asked to bring the combat shovel out. I don't know why.
It's okay.
But
understood. So
it's turning into a prop stream, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
it's for combative reasons, of course.
Yeah. So listen. This is a bunker. You've got to have a shovel in a bunker.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
How many of us have bunkers right now? I don't want a bunker. I'm
you don't want a bunker?
No, I want open field. Okay, hand-to-hand combat.
Combat, you're gonna be in fucking no man's land.
Yeah, no man's land.
Well, I don't have a fucking picture set up for that. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, listen.
When is
Next time
Clint
we stream,
pulling
I'll
up?
set you up with a. Huh?
I told
When is
Clint
Clint
between like
pulling up?
8 to 10. We're almost done with everything, and then we're gonna bring Clint on. Clint can run us through a bunch of shit, and yeah, I'll just keep fucking.
Clint's a good storyteller. I'm not.
Clint's the greatest
tell you the facts,
storyteller
like, I
of
don't-
all time. I love him.
So I got
anyways.
asked, of all the crazy shit you've streamed, this is the one that finally does you in. Kind of like the problem. Okay, so the problem I'm having with this, and it's not a problem, it's just why it's breaking me a little bit, is everyone involved in this is crazy. It's like a fever dream out of Rezzi's head, and I've known Rezzi for like what, a year now?
Yeah,
just over
probably,
a year.
yeah.
Like, and everything's starting to make sense, including Rezzi.
Yeah.
Because I now understand why you're so fucked up.
Yeah, and like
Because
why
you've
I'm
had
so
to deal
chill
with
about a
this-
lot of things. Because like
So
I've looked into the void. I don't care anymore, my man. So, anyways,
Yeah, no, I think it's weird watching all this unfold because it's both mundane stupidity mixed with psychotic malice.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to grasp which points are like, haha, Claw is singing to himself for an hour, or Claw is making a 5-hour multi-part documentary on Destiny, versus, hey, Claw's an abusive psychopath, or Megan's a felon. And it's very difficult to work out which part is which when you're just being presented with it.
yeah, fair.
Every one of them got one of them.
We kind of, like I said, this is a light dowsing of shit. I'm still compiling shit, and I will get full court documents for a lot of this shit because there's a lot of them. I don't know, dude. I've had 2 fucking days, and I'm tired, okay? I fucked up, Becca. You know, I let you down. This is the America
You're fine, buddy.
to the Britons thing. So anyways, so sometime after the Kicker Keep panel, Claw and Megan begin going into different places to stay. One of them was one of Admiral Gibbs's friends, okay? Because Claw and Megan left the apartment they were at for whatever reason. I'm not really certain what the reason was, but for whatever reason, they left the apartment and
Noise complaints.
noise complaints. So then they went and stayed with Admiral Gibbs's friend. And this is where Megan is alleged to have assaulted Admiral Gibbs's friend at that place because her friend was like jerking off at a party. Her friend is fingering herself at a party, is what Seventh was saying, and that's why Seventh attacked her. And Gibbs is like, she's just like there. She wasn't really doing anything at all. Seventh just went fucking ballistic and attacked her.
Okay, wait, stop.
Yeah,
stop,
go ahead.
Pause. Time the fuck out.
Yeah.
So the claim is she attacked her because she was fingering herself at a party.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you'd attack somebody for that.
Mm-hmm.
But then the claim is that none of that happened and Seventh is just, psychotic.
Well, no, she definitely assaulted this person.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So for no fucking reason.
It seems like that's the case, yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, I believe that she was arrested, and then ends up getting charged with that. I think she got arrested with that. I might be wrong about that. But the thing is, regardless of all that, after the Kicker Keep incident, Claw and Megan were not supposed to be in contact with one another. Okay? So Claw, at one point, is caught with the open EPO with Meg. Because Texas has you do this, you get reported, and we're going...
Wait, why weren't they meant to be near each other because of the domestic abuse thing?
Yes, correct. Yeah, because Claw choked Megan out. So, yeah, that's what that one is. And then, so they get arrested. Seventh, when that is all happening and they're arresting Claw, assaults 2 of the police officers and gets charges from there for assault. Both of them go to jail. I have the pictures, the court docs. I just don't have them edited right now and redacted and shit. But I largely detailed this in 2 YouTube videos on my channel, which I will be adding to the document because I just didn't do it yet. Like, I kind of like petered out the end of this. So I detailed all of that. And then Claw was released from jail, 7th as well. And Admiral Gibbs also alleges that they are both living in Las Vegas and avoiding, as of today, will have warrants out for their arrest and theoretically could be extradited from Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yep.
Can we see the stream where you like? Hold on. Let's just find the Wick stream.
Yeah.
Let's just do the Wick stream.
Yeah.
So that was live. Why do men suck?
There.
And then let's see when Rezzy comes
probably
on.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. What's your drink, Ben?
Oh, I'm showing you my new cup. That's all.
Oh, that's
Ignore me. You're not supposed to acknowledge me.
What?
Get out of here. Go back to what you were talking about. Ignore me. I'm talking to chat.
Okay, whereabouts do you come on?
Right at the end.
I found you.
Yeah.
I found you.
Good job, Wick, on being consistent. Mooncakes, good to meet you finally.
Go back 20 seconds.
Lady of the Hour has left. The boy beater, the fucking animal abuser, 7th has left. Whoa. Why the fuck is she gone now? I wonder fucking why. That's what my question was.
This girl has a lot of lore.
Oh, she has a lot of lore. A lot of lore that I plan on going over in the near future, and I've gone over for a while.
I will be clear. She asked to come on my panel, and if you want to come on my panel, you're allowed. I don't do back.
We're just like, it's another thing that I'm gonna get fucking attacked for. Holy shit. That's pretty funny. I like the way Lav sat there, and there's almost like a realization in her eyes where she's like, "Oh, I'm not the one getting shouted at for once."
Yeah.
This is a new experience for me.
You have 2 levels to that, though, right? There's also I don't generally yell at people, right? Like, I'm not, like, I don't get big angry at people, and, like, ever. And Lav certainly has never seen that. So, me coming in hot to a panel isn't something that happens. I'm usually kind of just there. I acknowledge that. I like being a vibe streamer. But I also like reminding everyone that 7th has warrants in 2 states out for her arrest. At least.
Background checks.
Oh, I know.
And we got another 47 to go.
I don't judge you for it. I'm going to be honest with you. This is fucking Christmas for me, baby. I haven't fucked like this since I was in grade school.
Which is a Fight Club reference.
You haven't fucked like this in grade school? What?
Sorry, say that again?
It's a Fight Club reference, right?
Yeah.
That's all that was. No one else apparently watched Fight Club.
You know what that's quoting, okay? You probably don't, actually. It's kind of weird. But, no, yeah, 7th is a piece of shit. I kind of wanted to fucking come on here and continue that. But, yeah, looks like she's back. Is she going to put on the headphones this time, guys? Let's go. 7th, how are you doing? How are your dogs? Do you actually get to see
Not
them
on my end. She muted herself.
Like what? Like, how are you going to take care of a fucking kid when you can't keep yourself out of fucking jail? You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking piece of shit. Nothing you do.
Look at Mooncake's face.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Insult people, you don't give a fuck. You take no responsibility. You're what's wrong with fucking men because you don't take responsibility. You fucking dirigible fucking cunt. Eat shit. Eat shit. How long is it gonna be after you have a kid with that fucking piece of shit that can't stay off a fucking panel, right? On a fucking platform. How long is it gonna be till your fucking dumb fuck kid says the N-word on Twitch? How many times did you get your channel banned? How many times do we have to show you doing the same shit over and over again? It's never gonna end, baby. I'm always here. Come on, 7th. Wake up. Man up, 7th. Get Claw to fix your shit.
This Twitch shit getting serious.
Okay.
She assaulted one of my friends, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's about it.
You figured it out yet, retard?
You broke her. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, I don't think you understand. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, she drops off after this, doesn't say another fucking word. And,
well, I'm not surprised.
That's the
I'm
whole
not
thing.
surprised. So that's where we are right now, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, this has been a whistle-top lore of these fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
Should we bring in other people then?
We're
other
gonna
people
bring
can
in
tell
some
their
more
stories.
people.
Clinty Winty.
I don't know if Clint's watching. Let me message him. He knows.
Do you want me to fill up some blank space?
Well, I also was gonna say we can get Pickstart if he was interested and wants to go ahead and just shit on this dude. But that's it. Dude, there was literally Clint isn't here. Yeah, I figured I can confirm that he's not in the. What do you mean? Yeah, Clint might be out right now getting food or something. He says, I'm in the area. Clint's the fun one. Clint's where it gets real fun. Because yeah, he's a much better storyteller about the actual Meg shit that happened. Because I don't remember a lot of it. Oh, one thing, the box cutter memes. Okay, so at the time that like all that stuff was happening, where we showed with like the Clint scratches, RezzivaerX ATX posted on Reddit that he saw a video where Meg attacked Clint with a box cutter. That video has never surfaced. Yeah, that was like a thing. He also at one point claimed that he was attacked by a weed whacker before he went on the John Zerka show to do something that day. But yeah, that was one thing. That's what the box cutter memes are for. And that's like another one of, they will always trot that out and they'll be like, this is why. Razor ATX is the person living at the sex cult of the other person. That they're gonna get mentioned. It sucks. They don't really want to be involved. That's why I don't really want to drag on that. But
okay,
so
are you ready?
What's up? Go ahead. Oh yeah, you have a statement. You have a statement.
If you
from
have a
7th,
comment,
right?
you know.
If you have a statement from 7th, I remember that you have.
Yeah,
one,
if
right?
you have a comment though, back it before I read it. Sorry, I kind of jumped the gun.
No, yeah, I think this is good. I mean, yeah, I understand Rezzy's reaction and everything else. None of this like fucking surprises me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's hear 7th's comment.
So essentially, in the first chain of messages I was sent, she is saying Rezzy is in the wrong for keeping this going, and they're minding their own business. So Rezzy bringing this back up and making a big fuss is what's causing all of this to happen again, when they're essentially just trying to go back to having their own lives and getting away from this, I suppose. These are actual words though. But I guess what Rez considers art is the fact that he platformed an actual abuser years ago, allowing him to just sit there and lie to the point where when he went and did the same shit to another girl, he just got to use this group of idiots to try and attack her too. Rez started his channel on this bullshit and is just going to double down on it because he's not actually an artist, just a fucking worm. He hasn't done a damn thing of substance except contribute to hate and misinformation, and I don't see people like that continuing to be able to do so for very long. So enjoy it while it lasts, I guess. Why doesn't Clint just go live on his own channel instead of Rezzy's? Oh, because that was true about Clint botting, also LOL. So I guess I just don't care about the group of disgusting people who have all their own demons they just cover up for one another. Hope all of this suffices for my opinion on it, and don't pick and choose what all you let out. Oh wait, do me a favor, make sure this gets on there because it's not just me. And then it's a screenshot from Layla that she sent to 7th, essentially talking bad about Clint. But I saw a screenshot of Layla literally within like 6 hours saying, oh, you're the love of my life, like I never want to be without you, like really like cringy, lovey, gooey type shit. So like that's obviously Layla's got her own thing, you know?
Okay.
Not sure where it is, but she also details in the message how Clint would beat her dogs also. So, being so brave there with an audio recording I never asked you to do with me as a supposed victim, using the audio that is edited, by the way, because I asked you to hang up from the start because I thought it was weird how you've been flirty with Claw after you knew we were dating, and I basically confused as fuck as to how your friend circle draws boundaries to attack my boyfriend Claw, who I love. Where you've done nothing but fucking harm to us and allowed an actual abuser to keep fucking up girls and their small ass dogs. I don't know, Chai. Claw isn't a bad guy. He never laid a fucking finger on my dog. Men who beat up dogs have a problem. Men who beat up women have a problem.
Why does it go on?
Beating up women and dogs probably go to rape and murder people. So good luck with the blood on your hands at this. I said it to the police detectives too. Clint has seriously unchecked issues, and your friend group has literally encouraged it to a point of cover up. I told people like Wes, by the way, disgusting human, months into being around Clint, that your friend has unchecked issues. I've had Clint blocked since the point where it was clear he was going to continue to do extremely fucked up things and just lie about them and prove he is genuinely dog shit human being. And you tell me why you and your friends like Rez and Gibbs, I don't even know who Gibbs is, platform him and his lies to a point where he feels like he needs to reach out to me on his new Discord account at this point. Like, I'm gonna call Mariska Hargitay on y'all's asses at this point. The fuck is wrong with you? Will OG Emily be invited to Rez's stream? Here's a good question.
Please.
Where did Clint's content creation start? Was it lying about his other ex on a Twitch dating show? Oh, okay. The only time I ever went on that show, I memed the fuck out of another League player. Then went back to my channel to play League of Legends and meme. The person being platformed has only ever come on Twitch to lie and cause harms to others. It's old. I'm gonna go back to playing League of Legends and not care about
I just
this.
got coffee.
I sincerely hope you find other interests to focus on as well. So that sums up.
That's Megan's statement. Okay. Beckett, thoughts?
What the fuck am I meant to say to that? Do you know what my thoughts are? My thoughts are what Braindead just pointed out to me. Just imagine you're involved in all of this now. You'll be part of ClawOnTwitch's headcanon for the rest of their lives.
We all float down.
Do you know,
here,
the
buddy.
first time I ever encountered Claw was he was invited onto one of my girlfriend's streams. I think it was
Supernova. It was a Supernova, I think.
Yeah, it was Supernova.
Yeah.
And I've been on stream with Claw. Was my first interaction with him.
Yeah.
And I think my only interaction with him. But like I suppose look, I think she's right. I think Rezzy is an evil piece of shit. Who seeks out the destruction of other people. Like, obviously, look at this motherfucker.
100%.
So that he can turn everyone into fucking cowgirls. I think that's...
Yeah, nailed it.
I actually, I do have a general thing. It doesn't seem to me that you're the one bringing this back up. Well, okay,
it happened 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think
it happened 2 days ago.
Yeah, hold on, let me.
Claw has posted about how much on Twitter.
Yes, you definitely are.
I mean, I can tell you whatever you want to do, but I mean, I don't want to sit here and listen to that retard talk all day, Megan or whatever. Like, I can't handle it. I don't want to listen to her fucking twit loggers, whatever. You ask me your questions, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
All right. What if you guys got a question for me? I'll answer it. But outside that, I'll be honest with you. These people are like, I don't know. They're kind of just in a different place in life than I am, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. Like, here's a general question. Like, your involvement with these people seems to have gone back a fairly long way.
Yeah, Claude used to be my best friend. Yeah.
Okay.
2019, I would say.
What actually? Because it sounded at one point like you repaired that bridge and then the bridge fell apart again.
Yes, so that was a big problem, and I'm just gonna let everybody here know. Don't repair a bridge with the guy, and here's why. After he fucked me over the first time for nothing in 2020 over our game show dispute, where he had Megan, legitimately Megan actually tried to kill herself, and I had to take her to the emergency hospital because she had my mom's steak knife and tried to put it in her wrist, like she's done 40 fucking times. So anyway, that happened. We had a falling out, and then about a year and a half later, I decided, you know what, enough's enough. Let's be friends again. He was down in Austin. He approached me. And he said the only reason he was in Austin was because he was going to put the last nail in the coffin of that bitch. He's referencing Seventh because they hated each other. That didn't end up coming. That didn't happen. But I was the guy who had to put my reputation on the line every time to get him to a party, to get him to anything, because nobody liked him. And there's a reason nobody liked him, because then all of a sudden he starts saying that everybody's starting a blood orgy sex cult, which he was never even there. He was at like 2 parties that I had to beg to get him to. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's just regurgitating information that I told him and then spinning it in the worst possible way you could. And that's kind of 2021. 2022, first month of 2022, I made a bad decision. I went over to this trap house, hung out with Megan for a couple of weeks, and then by my birthday, her and Claw were dating, and they decided to make like the Avengers of 717 or some shit into a relationship. And essentially, from there, I started dating this other girl. And the very first time, coincidentally, that I posted a picture of myself in a Porsche, all of a sudden, Claw and Megan had a fucking meltdown. And Claw's making a fucking 11-hour YouTube video about something. I don't know. And after that, things died down for a little bit until she and I broke up. And then Claw and Megan once again tried to impede into my life. And then that died down. And then just the other day, I'm sitting there minding my own business. I'm out here in the middle of the woods. You know, I'm focusing on my health. And then I've got some other plans, but I've just really been keeping to myself. And I find out that this dumb fuck is on a thing called Why Men Suck podcast. Well, here's the thing. You probably shouldn't be on a Why Men Suck podcast if you got 2 warrants for your arrest for violent crimes against men and you've committed like 4 total. I mean, this is ridiculous. And honestly, I mean, she's fucked now because I got a little change in my pocket. I'm probably going to hire bounty hunters to go fucking hunt them at this point because now I'm annoyed. I wasn't gonna before, but now I'm getting pissed off about this again. And I don't want to get pissed off. I'm in a good place. I've been sober for months, and you know, I don't want to deal with these dickheads anymore.
I'm gonna level with you. Like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but I also want to know what the fuck is going on. You seem actually really chill. I've got a lot of time for Rezzy, so like, he's such a chill. I'm down with that. He's only been wrong once. But
okay, dude. Okay, please.
Okay, so let's get. Can we get into little bits of this? So
yeah.
You lived with Megan. You were doing all these insane streams.
Because I didn't want to spend time with her anymore, so I would rather just live in a bathtub and get shit dumped on myself and live in my own shit and piss than live with her anymore. I swear to God, that was the truth. You guys want to know something? I should give back every dime that I made from that stream. It wasn't a ton of money, but I was doing it for fun. It was my release. It was my escape. That's how I did it. All those fucking crazy challenges. You guys think I wanted to do that shit? Yeah, I love that shit. Getting drunk in my bathroom with you guys, it was fucking awesome. It was fantastic. You know why? Because I didn't have to deal with that bitch. And I'm sorry for saying that, but and I told myself I wasn't gonna get upset here, but these people they keep coming back, and I don't understand. Just leave me the fuck alone. Just leave me alone. And go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. This is helpful somehow. Okay. So you lived in a bathtub for a bit. You built a swimming pool in your apartment. Is that right? Like,
yeah, Megan came home with one of those hot tubs one time because she thought that maybe she could make some money doing that because she'd been fired from her 3rd job in about a month. And we, you know, it was just me for the whole year and a half we were together taking care of all the bills. So she was trying to get some money together and she brought that in. And I'm not an engineer, but I spotted it. And we were on the top floor and I was pretty sure it wouldn't fall through the floor. And it turns out I'm a fucking genius because it didn't. But we filled that bitch up and then I lived in that thing. I've lived in a lot of strange places, man. I've been in a lot of strange holes. Just overall, I would say that my life the last 3 years has been a lot of regrets and a lot of learning lessons.
I mean, you're not living in the woods, apparently. So, I mean, that's...
Well, I'm at a compound in the woods. I'm actually into UFOs and aliens. I'm at a place... in February, there were orbs that were followed by F-22 Raptors, and one of the orbs is near here. And I'm doing a little research. My own passion project, if you will.
Okay, yeah, that I'm not surprised by any of that. That's fine. I mean, that sounds good for you, man. I'm gonna be honest.
I was addicted to cocaine and alcohol. I was probably 3 grams every other day, 20 beers. I've been sober for I hit 90 days on alcohol and way past that on cocaine. And so my brain's finally coming back to me, but that's probably one of the reasons why my life was so reckless. I have over 20 lower back tattoos now, and I'm going to have them for the rest of my life. And honestly,
I don't think
it's kind of funny.
Becca doesn't know why you have. you had to spin a wheel.
I'm assuming it's like a challenge thing.
He got a tattoo machine. And
wasn't it like
Megan
to spin the
tattooed
wheel?
him. Yeah, you'd get spin the wheel to tattoo Clint for like $15.
We were spinning the wheel, and so I have tattoos and stuff now, and it was like basically I spent 10 years of my life working at a steel mill, and I came from pretty much fuck all. So when people started handing me money on the internet for just being a jackass and getting drunk, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I went over the top with it, and I got a little caught up in that rock star lifestyle, and crashed and burned, man. But here I am.
Okay, so these people keep coming back and want to talk to me, and obviously because of how incendiary they are, you keep getting dragged in. I suppose. I mean, can I? Rezzy and I mentioned the war room stuff, which is probably going to be for a lot of people
the Twitch
one of the
poll
things
connection.
I'm most aware of.
Yeah, which is like something totally separate, but like I think that's like outside the Megan thing, and the war room is just way too fucking confusing to add in, and that's why I didn't do anything super big with it.
That
we can
makes
get
sense.
into
We
that
might
after,
talk about that at some point.
Yeah.
So why, if what's a good way to put this? You guys have been broken up for a while. It sounds like it's been like a year since your last interaction, year and a half ish.
Like 2 years, right?
Like you said, 22.
It would have been May. No. So we broke up officially when I fled to Austin, Texas, May the 9th of 2021. She followed me down there on Mitch Jones's dime. Mitch Jones, that's what's up, guy. And me and him have been Esco brothers like 14 times over now. It's starting to become a serious overlap, and I hope you have fucking health insurance, Mitch Jones. Anyway, so basically, she followed me down to Austin. I made the regrettable decision, and I even think I was wearing a scarf like this at the time. I went over to Andy Milnox's Airbnb where she was posted up at that Mitch had supplied for. And Andy and those guys had cleared out. They hadn't been there, and they were just paid through the year for COVID. So they just said Mitch convinced them to let her use it. And she was hanging out there, and I went over there, and we hooked up a couple times. And then after that, you'd have to tell. I can't talk for her on what she did after this. I know what she did, but I'm not going to say it just because this is going to be one of the few times I go, I don't know this for a fact, so I'm not going to accuse you of this again, Megan. But anyway, 22 was at the start of 22. She reconnected with me. She's hit me back up, and she was just like, we were mean to each other, but I don't have anything going on. You don't have anything going on. So we hung out at this shitty old trap house thing, and just were, chilling there, smoking weed off the weed pen when we had the money for it and stuff. And I was just kind of chilling. And I think like 2 or 3 weeks after that, she had moved in with Claw, and then I started dating Layla a few weeks after that. And that'll kind of blow this whole story open for you, in my opinion. She was fine with me then, and I only had 2 weeks or 3 weeks of being mad at her and Claw before I was on to the next hole at that point, and I was off the grid again. I went, and me and Layla did our thing, and I wasn't talking about Claw or Megan, but they had a fucking meltdown because I think in their head they thought them getting together was going to force me to like kill myself or something because they both hated me. I don't know this for sure either, but that kind of was what it seemed like. And then when they saw me doing like really well, they had a fucking breakdown about it. And now all of a sudden the guy who you were hanging out with at the start of 2022 that didn't do anything to you after that, and you didn't have any real negative interactions with after that, is a rapist, animal abusing serial killer or whatever. She told me at one point this last year, she told me, this isn't my friend. I'm not one of those weirdos that claims friendship like this, but I knew the guy. Byron, when he died, I all of a sudden one day, I think it was in the last summer, I had a tweet tag where fucking Claw and her are saying that he knows for a fact I was the last person with Byron, me and my friend Merk, and I pushed Byron off his balcony. Shit like that. You can't say shit like that and then just be like, I'm a victim. It's fucking egregious. It's just out of control, these people.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I also don't know what else is it's fucking ridiculous. So, okay.
Wait, can you? Where is the part where he said that you killed him? I never saw that.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
It was on Twitter. I mean, if you didn't see that, I remember we were sitting in the garage. It was at Trip Tanks. My buddy Kegel, my buddy Brandon Buckingham, Odetari, all those guys were over. Kegel came out. And he's like, "Holy shit, you have to look at this tweet." And it was him and dumbass Meg. And I mean, that was maybe the 5th or 6th worst most egregious thing that they said last year.
Probably,
Megan,
yeah.
this summer, Megan fucking accused her own mother of killing her father. And she was like demanding to find somebody named Rose Zanya or some bullshit like that and saying, you killed my dad, get the fuck out of my house and all this other. Yeah, you know, again, I know you're here for a cohesive story and I'm all over the place with this, but it's been my life for 3 years, so it's like impossible.
This is good.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is,
can you
it's
just-
not a cohesive story because it's like
Yeah.
there are cohesive versions of it, but none of them involve almost anything that they say, right? And even like, because their story contradicts itself, but most everybody else is like, yeah, it sounds about right. Like, you know, can figure it out. It just, they kind of go, they take things, they make them as extreme as possible. And, yeah, that's just kind of what this is.
Yeah. Can you give me some of your impressions or some stories about Claw? Because all we ever see is most people are going to know the interactions of him accusing Destiny of like running a fucking rape cult or something.
Yeah.
So
I've never seen him take his hoodie off in front of anyone, up to and including the women that he's apparently had sex with. I know. I don't know what he's hiding under there, but it's something. And other than that, I would say this about Claw. Claw was one of my closest friends. We were in together. I picked him up out of nothing when he got fired from Raj. He had 6 viewers. I had a white night for him. Yas TV was even bullying him. He went into black and white. I pull him out. I let him do these shows with me as a co-host. And honest to God, Scumbag can attest to this shit. We were talking about it behind the scenes. Why did I have him on the show? Because we like getting drunk with the guy. He was funny when he was drunk. He didn't do shit other than send fucking Discord invites, but we let him believe that he did because what the fuck's the harm in it? We thought. Well, the harm is
He'll start claiming that he made everybody and that he did everything himself, even though he didn't do fuck all.
So I guess what I'll say about Claw is I pulled him out and then he fucked me over on I was probably making on pace to make $200,000 off those streams that year. He fucked me over on that, which was fine, whatever. I come run it back and do my own thing. This guy waits 2 years, and then the kid's so desperate for fucking pussy, even though him and Megan hate each other to the point Megan's trying to kill herself over this idiot. He ends up dating Megan, and I seriously think out of spite for me. And after I pulled him out for a second time, you know, and was a good friend to him, he just betrayed me like that. And it's like there's a certain point in time where you got to realize that these people online, vast majority of them, when you're in just chatting and stuff, they see you as a business mark. They see you as a business opportunity. They don't see you as a friend. They don't give a fuck. But I didn't know that at the time. And unfortunately, I didn't know what borderline personality disorder was either. And I wish I would have. If I had a time machine, it shows if I had a time machine, I'd go back and read that Wikipedia article before 2019.
Absolute perfect vibe, dude.
You and Destiny both.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it has been a wacky journey. So, you know.
It's been a wild roller coaster ride, man. I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you know anything about the so when Megan assaulted people and stuff like that, you included, was it in Indiana or was it in Texas where she assaulted you, ran out of the apartment, I believe topless, in a small
Not topless. I can describe it to you. What happened was, it was Austin, Texas. It was Cedar Park area. She had just moved into this apartment via Sushia. Sushia's roommates needed somebody to take over a lease. Sushia gave it to Megan. Good idea. And so I went over there, and Megan was banished from Razor's house at that point. I wasn't even supposed to be hanging out with her because Razor and neither of those guys, Claire, Ethan, they actually cared about my well-being, and they didn't want me to get back into that situation, but I did it anyway. Because I have a little bit of a wild streak, and I'll be honest with you, when I get bored, especially when I get bored and I was on coke and uppers and alcohol, I would be like, man, these chicks, they're fucking insane. They're nutcases, but I fucking love when she gives me head, and I fucking feel like a rock star, man. That's the honest to God truth. So I went over there, and I was pretty drunk, and I went to sleep. There was an air mattress on the floor of the bedroom. I went to sleep, and I woke up at 9 a.m. to my own cell phone getting spiked into my face. And I was like, whoa. That's a pretty wild way to wake up. So I was pretty hungover, and I wake up and I'm like alarmed, and she's screaming at me because she went through my phone while I was asleep, and she saw I'd sent a text message to my roommate Nina, and I basically downplayed what I was doing over there because Megan had at that point, that was the same night Megan had once again made a suicide threat because I I don't even know what she was upset about that time. But I told Nina the reason I was going over there was I didn't want her to kill herself. Okay. And I texted that to Nina, and then Megan took that as you don't love me anymore. So she spiked the phone in my face. At that point, she does this thing in the apartment all the time when we were back in Indiana too, where she would just start screaming and the cops would get called every time. The police begged me to leave so many times. They're like, one of these times, dude, she's going to fucking get you, and then we're going to end up having to arrest you because if she keeps attacking you like this, at some point you're going to have to defend yourself. She broke the window out of the apartment, everything. But anyway, so I get up and I try to leave. She won't fucking let me leave. We go back and forth, back and forth. It's a little room, okay? And finally, she's standing in front of the fucking door. And I'm like, Megan, get the fuck out of my way. I don't even know these people. I'm leaving because I'm not dealing with the fucking, like, I am not dealing with this fucking domestic fucking cops episode. Like, this is bullshit. I don't even have a t-shirt on, okay? I got fucking swimming trunks on. And like I said, I got a bunch of fucking lower back tattoos and a Twitch partner backpack. And I finally make my way out of the room. And I get out, and it's on the 3rd story of this apartment. And I look back, and this bitch is trying to put her shirt on, but one of her titties is out, and she's chasing me down the fucking stairwell, man. So I get out, but I have flip-flops on, so I can't run that fast. And I get out onto the fucking actual, like, ground floor level, and I look back, and this bitch still has a titty out, and there was this Latina lady and her children right out there. And the lady goes, hey, there's kids out here. And I'm thinking to myself, this bitch is trying to kill me. So I start running down the street, you know, and this, I swear to God, I start running down the street, and this old lady flags us down, and it's like, hey, both of you stop right now. I stop. She told the old lady she was a fucking cunt and didn't, she was like, you know who the fuck I am, yada, 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 you're a fucking cunt, and went back up into the apartment. I sat there with the old lady until the cops got there, and I had no idea I was bleeding until then. Then there's fucking blood going through my fucking eyes and everything, and the cops get there, and it was in Williamson County, which is one of the strictest counties in Texas. And the cops arrested her pretty much immediately. They put me in the car for a second, and they expected her to be really fucked up. She didn't have a scratch on her. And my whole head was cut open, you know? So at that point, they arrested her. They gave me a domestic abuse pamphlet thing, and I got an Uber home. And she fucking started screaming and wailing, and somehow she had her cell phone on her in the backseat of the car, and she somehow made a phone call to me. Like, I don't know if she's Houdini or what. They had to stop the car, get out. She got charged with no, I don't think they charged her with resisting on that one. I don't think so.
No, the resisting was later.
She was kind of squabbling with the cops. And then she calls me, and of course, I'm the dumb fuck that's like, all right, well, I'll sign to bail you out, I guess. And so I just had not learned my lesson at that point. But yeah, she fucked my face up and was chasing me down the street. And then I had to get a fucking domestic abuse survivor pamphlet and stuff.
On like 90% of these occasions, Clint was in chat with the boys too. So like we're all watching this, like trying to game or like just stream or just chill. And we heard everything. Like I was there every time, almost.
Yeah.
Sometimes too late, and I'd be like, "What the fuck's happening?" But yeah,
I like I said before, you don't anticipate getting yourself in these situations, but when you play stupid games, sometimes you win stupid prizes. And I lived the last 3 years like that movie Crank with Jason Statham, where he's got to keep his heartbeat up at a certain rate or he dies. I guess that's how I saw my life this entire time. I'm not even joking. Like it was like just go, 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 go. But one thing that's interesting about me is, and everybody knows this, I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict. And I probably wasn't a particularly good person. However, I was fucking loaded every single night. And somehow, some way, all of these people involved in this have criminal charges and been to jail on all this shit and been convicted of fucking crimes and everything else in between. And I mean, I've sat in jail. I was charged with a crime. I was charged with a crime on a different situation that was dropped 4 days later. But that's about all you would find if you Googled Clint James Carrison. That's my full name. That's all you're going to find. If you look at the DMs they have, like, what did I say? I was going to kill Claw one time because he fucked my show up. That's about the worst DM he has of me, I think. It's like if I get fucked up all the time and I use Discord as my main thing and I'm this evil fucking serial killer, either I'm the smartest motherfucker on earth and I'm just pretending to be drunk, or maybe, just maybe, I'm not that bad of a person. That's what I always thought at the time. But now, I don't know.
Can you were saying earlier how Claw is like hanging out in the background and everything like that, and doing all this stuff, but really wasn't doing much. Can you like talk a little bit about like that period, like when, you know, it's like you guys were all in Raj and like doing the recruitment up until like the Luna Laney accusations? Because like that's like when that ends effectively, right?
Yeah, there was a girl. Me and Bob Seven were looking through. I at e-girls, and we were just ranking them from the roster, the ones we thought were most attractive. And me and him both thought that this 7th girl at the time was the most attractive girl. And coincidentally, she hit me up after I had a 4,000 viewer stream, the standing stream, and just told me that she had a crush on me for months and months. And I thought, of course you did. I'm the shit. I didn't think, well, maybe this is a scam. And she sold me that her boyfriend was this abusive psycho and I needed to save her. And she came and she looked like some woman who had just gotten out of a battered women's shelter. She looked terrified. And I'm from a small town. I'd never dealt with this before. And I just took her at her word. And I took her with me down to Texas when I was going down there for the first time to visit people. Or that would have been the second time I went to Texas from Indiana. And I got her a flight and everything with me. She paid her for her flight to Indiana, and then I got us the flight down to Texas, and I got us Airbnbs. And then from there, it would be Claw and I started working a little more, a little distantly because he got his Austin show job back. So he just basically told me to kick rocks. And at that point, I was just worried about ripping lines off of Megan's ass every day. That's what I don't mean to be vulgar, but that's honest to God what I was doing at the time. I didn't give a fuck about money. I didn't give a fuck about anything about getting high and blast it and having a good time. And that's what I was doing. And so Claw at the time in the winter, he was just a total failure. He was getting 6 viewers. Raj fired him, and you would have thought he lost a job at fucking Microsoft or Google or something, you know? And it was an unpaid position, and somehow he got fired from it 3 times, I think, actually. And he lost it the last time, and he's sitting there in the black and white, and I felt horrible for him. And so I picked him up and I let him do the co-hosting on the show and make him feel a little important again. Cause that's the problem with that guy. He's such an egomaniac. He's got to feel important. If he doesn't feel important, he does shit like this, where he just goes, Clint's a rapist. Rezwich is a rapist. Scumbag, you're cool. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah, Scumbag's always been cool.
It's because until today, I toted the line of being neutral, you know? Being neutral, you know? But, to be honest, yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess that's what happened there. And then we moved. We kind of parted ways when he started working with Raj again. And then into the summer, he started going into a little bit of a psychosis. He got addicted to Adderall. And I know for a fact what he was taking was much further away from Adderall than it was meth. And whatever these guys want to say about what they were doing or not doing, the one thing that they were getting it off the dark web. There were these little blue pills, and I was doing a fuckload of uppers. And when I took one of those things, I was humbled. I was like, this is the craziest shit I have ever taken in my life. I love this. I love this. I love this. Right. And I would always just kind of defer back to those little pills. And I realized that it was a problem. So I went back to cocaine because I personally thought it was safer. And Claw all of a sudden lost 30 pounds and had a fucking panic attack. And we had to put a fucking weighted blanket on him. And then the next thing I know, he's trying to make my girlfriend kill herself and posting pictures of her. One time she accidentally had her top off on a offline Discord I was on. Somebody snapped a screenshot of it. She walked by with her titties out. Claw took the image, blurred it, and then came up with this whole thing about me running this giant scam. He had nothing that he could pin to me in any real significant way whatsoever. A bunch of retarded, out of context screenshots, and just wait, the proof is coming. Well, the proof's been coming for the last 4 fucking years, and I still haven't seen anything with it. And at that point, I thought that would be the end of Claw, but then he came back, apologized to me, said I was awesome again. I brought him back in, and all of a sudden, there's 2021, 2022, same thing. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's pretty much what he did. I would always tell him, yeah, you're a producer. Nobody ever stopped and asked, what the fuck do you actually produce on this show? You send out Discord invites to people? Okay, well, if that's what you're doing, that's fine, but probably don't go around telling everybody, I am the king of the world, I am God, because you copy pasted a fucking invite link. You know what I mean? And that was, I guess that's my perception of Claw at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it's a good way to put this. That kind of makes sense. I've seen a couple of people who do the whole kind of producer thing, and it's a way. It feels like it's oh, I'm actually the one making the streamer, but most of the time it is just Discord link. Yeah. Hey, do you wanna come and hang out?
It is
something?
Like a copy and pasted paragraph. Every time.
Yeah, and it's somebody in the chat just said something really interesting. They said if it was anybody other than Claw, this story would not be believable. The reality of the situation is the majority of this story, I personally wouldn't believe it if I was just a random observer or something, if I didn't have so many people and so much evidence vouching for it. None of it really makes a ton of sense. And at this point, I have 2 dangerous criminals, and I'm not even joking. They're dangerous fucking criminals. Megan's felony got dropped, but the wanted criminals, we'll put it that way, and they both hate me, and they both send these crazy ass messages.
Yeah, what's going on with the wanted part? Because that's something.
So Megan, so this is how the United States, the court system, the way that it works is, so she got arrested initially for the crime, right?
Yeah.
And the reason she got arrested, this is actually really funny. On April 4th, she got arrested for attacking Claw. Okay, so when in the state of Texas, when you attack somebody, that person gets an emergency protective order against you. Which I had one against her in the summer, remember? And the day after it dropped is when she started telling people I was a pedophile or some shit. Anyway, so this EPO, she had one against, or Claw had one against her because they mandate it, right? So what happened was, Claw gets picked up for some other crime. I think it was when he got so pissed off at me on that podcast of Destiny's that he went and choked her out. And she starts calling the police department and spam calling them and harassing them. Well, they come out a couple of times and see her and Claw together because Claw got out of jail. And then they put 2 and 2 together and realized that they had an EPO. And she keeps annoying them and tagging Williamson County Police and being like, you pieces of shit, you guys will never get me, yada, yada. Well, they fucking just decided, fuck it. We've been over there 3 times and they were together. So that's 3 EPO violations. Here's a felony, and threw her ass in jail. They just went and picked her up and threw her in jail, right? And so I'm sorry, I got a little bit trailed off there because I was so that was one of the most crazy things I've ever seen.
You don't need to apologize. This is all fucking fantastic.
There's a lot of lore.
This is the funny.
I love a good lore dive. And I mean, it's fucking insane. Why does Claw have criminal stuff against him?
So Claw on May, I believe it was May 21st, but I'd have to go look at the date. I was invited to a show by Corantos and Darius IRL, and Destiny was hosting. It was called Keep or Kick, and the idea was pretty much, let's just let these 3 psychopaths. Clint is in the darkest place of his life. Let's wind these people up and just see what happens. And it ended up just being me and Claw going back and forth for a while. And I said some things that probably, they would affect me if they were my fiance. I don't know. But I said a couple of things that might have got under his skin, and he left the room. And he never came back. And we found out later that what he was actually doing, and this is all verified, and he pled guilty to this, by the way. This is no longer an alleged crime. He pled guilty to, you can look this up. On May 21st, he went out of that room. His roommate called the police because his roommate found Claw physically choking Megan in a non-consensual, non-sexual way over, the Destiny podcast. So the police came and arrested him, and then they get back to, at that point, I think they went to Mel's apartment, somehow got into some more trouble. Or no. I think that was that when Claw went to jail and just stayed in jail?
No, that is not when Claw. So Claw gets out after that, and then
he gets out.
Yeah, and so because they were definitely both at Mel's, Claw goes to jail for a long time when they were squatting after Mel abandoned the lease because they went. Right? That's when he goes to jail for the big long time, right? Which is also why Gibbs is more involved because he rehoused Mel Heasy during that period of time as well. And that's when there's this huge, I don't know, the fucking frame shift, right? But anyways, so the Gibbs thing, Gibbs hasn't, he didn't actually send me a thing over explaining it. We can't get him on. But apparently she assaulted.
The living situation?
Not the living, just generally the assault and whatever. Because it got brought up.
Yeah, it feels weird that Gibbs is involved because look, I've been on a couple of streams with Gibbs.
Yeah.
And listen, he does not come across as the sort of person who'd be involved in this shit.
Well, yeah, right? He would literally go on streams all the time telling Clint he smelled like onions and that he was a dumb retard and that they were going to get him one day, right? That was literally years ago that happened. But
what?
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. He came on my show back when I did a podcast and shit. Yeah, the thing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, Gibbs been around. He used to host a roast show too.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Okay, so Megan's coming back into doing whatever.
We don't know. Maybe, probably. She's like reaching out. She's the one that reached out to Wick about coming on the panel, right? So like that's like what Wick said, and it's like, yeah, you know what? Whatever. Wick's gonna do that. He has no idea any of this shit because she's just been doing it over and over again. But yeah, Gibbs alleged that she assaulted this chick that they were like staying with in between the staying and squatting at Mel's, but when they were squatting at Mel's, that is what gets detailed in the YouTube videos I did earlier this year, where basically Claw gets arrested for violating the EPO against Megan, and they both have EPOs, but then Megan also assaults the cops when they try to arrest her during, like, to get her out of the apartment and evict her, and then she goes to jail. Claw was in jail for a lot longer, and he met Rick from Rick and Morty, and like allowed him to get fucked by that, and that was what his initial look was when he came out of jail. And that's kind of.
Oh, hold on here. Yeah. This is another part of this that went through the summer that I noticed. So Claw's in jail. His bail's like $250, and he's been in jail for like 57 days. $250.
Yep.
And then this motherfucker's out flexing that he's got Twitter Prime or whatever you fucking call it the other day on somebody from your viewership, Raz. And I'm thinking to myself, you guys were in a homeless shelter, and you couldn't afford $250 in bail, so you sit in jail for 2 fucking months, which was probably better. By your own admission, you got free food anyway. But the thing was, and this was one of the greatest things I've ever seen, Megan was in a full schizophrenic state during this, and she was out tweeting, live tweeting, as Claw's stuck in jail. And they gave him like a text phone in there that was 20-cent text or whatever, and they monitor it. And she's sending him like Alex Jones would blush at some of this shit. She's like, I don't care if they're reading this. I'm breaking in to get you, you know, some shit like she's talking about committing like serious crimes against these like prison guards and stuff. And she's posting this shit all on Twitter while systematically also threatening to like, I don't know, tell the world that her mom actually killed her dad and all this other stupid bullshit. The reality of the situation is 2 pathological liars who have serious mental issues came together because they hate me, which I get it. I'm kind of a jackass, but you know that's basically what we're dealing with here, as far as I can tell.
So yeah, Claw sat in jail for 57 days because he couldn't get $250 in bail.
No. But Seventh was tweeting about it every single day, like schizo tweeting, bro. And it was $250 or like I thought it was $100 bail, to be honest, bro. And that whole time she couldn't get the money. What the fuck is she doing, man? It's $250. You can scrape that off the sidewalk in a week, bro. Like,
she was tweeting, bro. She was trying to get she was trying to get X revenue from her tweets so that she could use it to bail her mans out of jail before fucking the boys at K Block got it. And I'll tell you what, man, that was another thing that she was doing while she was in. She somehow got. So check this out. She somehow got to Las Vegas while Claw's still in jail. Claw committed a lesser crime than her, realistically, and she somehow fled to Las Vegas, knowing she's fucked on these other charges in Hayes County. Which, by the way, Megan, all you gotta do is use a fucking county map around Austin and just type the county name in. And it turns out you've committed crimes pretty much in every county in America or something. Like she might actually be like one of the world's most dangerous criminals at this point. And, it's crazy how many places I can look and see that Megan's got a warrant. Megan has an arrest warrant in Indiana for not getting her dog fucking shot. She never went to pay the ticket that she got for not taking care of her dog. She has an arrest warrant in fucking Rhode Island, I believe, because I don't think that they ever took care of that. And now 2 in fucking Texas. And I'm not trying to be like over the top with this, but that guy from America's Most Wanted could jump on here right now, and we could do him a real solid if we could just say, "Hey, she's in Las Vegas," because I mean, at this point, somebody's gonna stop him. That's just how I feel about it. Because every night I go to bed with a gun next to me. I swear to God, I go to bed with a gun next to me, thinking, and I have dreams at night, wondering which one of these fucking psychotic, autistic motherfuckers is gonna come over here and try to kill me with finish the job. You know what I mean? And I'm not ready. I put so much work into getting better. I'm not ready to die now. So it's one of those catch-22.
You've got to find the aliens first, right, man? Like you've got to know the truth before it's endgame.
Some days I think I did find the aliens, buddy. I think I did. Actually.
Who's worse, Megan or Hamas?
Well, she's never fucking flown a wing glider into my house with an AK-47, but it's not something I would put her past her to do. And I would say Hamas is worse.
Okay.
I would say Hamas is worse.
Okay.
But I had to think about it.
Okay. Oh, fuck, man. I'm so sorry that your ex friends and girlfriend are, psychopaths. Dude, the
You get what you reap what you sow, man. I deserve this shit.
Men do for pussy. Like, I'm
a dog, man. What can I say? I love getting head. I love blowjobs, dude, but I'm not attracted to men, and I don't really particularly like fat chicks that much either. And I just like getting my dick sucked and doing cocaine off chicks' asses. I used to anyway, and it led me down a pathway of debauchery that's got me straight to here.
Okay. Well, I mean, welcome. I'm happy. I'm happy that it's brought you to me. Okay. So, with the current stuff, what's we would have put this? Are they just obsessed with you, or are there other people? Because I know that Claw like fucking hates Destiny. But is it? Are you like the primary target?
If you trace it back, the reason why he hates Destiny is because Destiny looked at Megan's evidence, laughed in Megan's face. At the same time, Claw was on my side in 2021 and said, "No, this is fucking stupid. I'm not going." I think his exact words were, "I don't even like Clint. So if there was even an inkling of something here, but I'm not doing this. This looks like you're trying to set him up or something." That's when Claw started hating Destiny. Was that whole thing, and then in the 2022 season, he said the N-word to Cherry or something, or in context on Cherry's stream, I guess I'll phrase it that way, and got banned and then blamed his whole life on Destiny, basically. He just, every other week...
Oh, yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah, so when you ask that question, I guess, I would say that a lot of their underlying psychosis was brought on by their hatred for me. And then it branches from there, but I would say that the majority of this, and I don't mean to sound like main character syndrome or something like this, but as far as I'm looking at it, I don't know why, but it seems like, yeah, I'm at the epicenter of it.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Fuck, where do I go from here?
I know, dude.
Okay, so go on, Rezzy.
No, I don't know. I don't know what else to. I think like.
Well, there's a couple of fun moments, right?
There's a lot of fun stories, right?
We had a good time. We had some good times. I still miss her so much, man. You know what I mean? Especially that head game. If you're watching, but I'll tell you, like one time I was streaming, and our big falling out was she was fucking this car salesman from a Dodge dealership in Fort Wayne, and I was streaming, and I was living in a bathroom, and it was 124 degrees in there. Because I had a space heater in there, and I would turn the hot water on when people paid for it. So with the humidity, it was like 124 something degrees. And she heard me when she came in to change her clothes. That somebody asked, "Where's Megan?" And I said, "Well, she's not gonna be around. She's fucking the car salesman again." She took my Netgear Nighthawk, ripped it out of the wall. We were on the top floor, and she threw my fucking router off the thing. And then my car, my prized possession, my fucking car. She lied and said she had a driver's license. I'm sleeping one day in like January. She fucking told nobody to this day even knows. She could have killed like a whole family of people or something. I still don't know what she did to the car. She came back, it was totaled. And I called my insurance. They're like, "Well, this woman doesn't even have a license. We're not insuring this shit." And then she never paid me for my fucking car. She made this story up that she had this golden cat and that her dad was in like the cartel or some stupid, or the mafia, I guess, because she's Italian. Some stupid bullshit. She comes back with this golden cat. I look it up on eBay. It's worth $600. She owed me like 22 grand. I don't know what the. Yeah, that's just. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, like that's. Yeah, I think that's like there's like 4 assaults. Your Indiana stuff. The thing is, the Indiana stuff, like, I guess, how would you describe her pets and stuff? Because like I know that's like. I think I don't know much about her cat that I don't think she has anymore. I don't know know much about any of that situation because she
Her
has
her
pets.
pets were really well behaved.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I think if there was one good thing that woman ever did in life other than sucking my cock, it was taking care of her dog at times. But when you have serious mental illness and you have psychosis and stuff, animals unfortunately can be left on the wayside. And the way that we've been living life, and when I say we, I include myself on that, by the way. I know I was a degenerate. I had to go seek help. The way that we've been living life is not a lifestyle that's fit for animals. It's not fit for children. It's not even fit for me. I couldn't handle it, and I'm one of the biggest pieces of shit on the planet. You know, so I guess that's what I have to say about her animals. I don't.
Yeah.
Her dog liked me better than it liked her. Everybody saw those streams. Remember when I lived out in that tent on my balcony and the dog would always come around me? I don't know where this shit came up with like beating the dog and stuff. When the dog first came around, the dog bit me a couple times, but it was snapping at several different people. My mom and I actually took a lot of time out to try to like get acclimated to the dog when we were living over there. And it was hard to do because the dog was so stressed out all the time because its owner was running around with a steak knife trying to stab herself in a major artery because Claw was showing a picture of her titties on the internet. And that's the truth. That's what happened. I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny. That's literally what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's so yeah, I don't really know. I think that like it's I think Weed Whacker is the only other thing. And this generally I don't really think there's much else to it. You know, because like I mean, yeah.
I was not ready to throw her under the bus.
Yeah.
Socially at the time this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nature 5, what's up, boss? Long time no see, hope you're well. But
yeah.
I was not ready to throw her under the bus, and I got back, and I know Razor was really pissed at me about this because he's like, dude, your head's all fucked up. And I was like, well, they already arrested her, but I better not say anything about this because it looks like she's not doing very well. And so I knew I was gonna be on John Zerga's podcast that night. And I had those marks. I don't know if you saw the screenshot, but I had a pretty glaring scar across my head. Yeah. And they asked me when I went live before the Zerka stream what happened, and I just said that I got drunk and tripped and fell into a weed whacker because I thought that's a funny story and it could be believable because it kind of looks like a weed whacker. And so we ran with that. We ran with that until August. And the reason that this came to light, nobody would have even really known that she did this. But the day after her emergency protective order my emergency protective order that was issued towards her after she attacked me, the day after it ended, because there's a zero tolerance policy for harassment in those in Texas, the day after it ended, she was on Yas TV stream telling everybody I was a pedophile because my friend Emily, who was, I believe, 20 at the time, and who I barely talked to at the time either, when I say friend, I would put that very lightly. She was saying that I was like a pedophile or some bullshit like that. And so I fucking snapped. And I was like, man, you know, how many fucking more times are you going to tell me I'm a fucking serial killing rapist? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. So I just said, fuck it. And I went live and I didn't know it was going to blow up. Maybe I do have some regrets. Maybe it probably fucked with her head more than I could ever understand to get put on blast like that by Reddit. But what'd you do the other day, Megan? LLLLL. Did you see that the other day when she did that shit?
Like,
you know, I probably...
I didn't watch, but I saw the lineup and I was like, wow, this is the worst cast.
Yeah.
Like literally to speak on this.
I was like half. So to be fair, Ice Beans watches me a lot, and I was just sending her DMs. Like we had a whole war thing going on my stream during that Wickcast. It was pretty sick. Wix mods came into it, and it was only a whole thing. Yeah, it was interesting. Becky, do you have anything else? I can't think of anything.
I think I'm mostly caught up with the lore. This is a lot to go through.
You got 5 hours of his
yeah, I think I need to watch through a load of things as well.
How excited are you for doing the whole album, algorithm album?
I might just fucking put it on, I guess, while I do something else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, the whole thing is just insane. I mean, these are crazy people. I don't really know what else to say other than I'm glad you're not dead. I'm glad you survived.
I actually have one more. What do you make because like there is this pattern that Claw says the N-word to get banned, like kind of often, right? Like I think you pointed this out at one point. That it's just like him like using a thing.
He reminds me. He reminds me of an episode of South Park, and I've told him this a million times. With the life jacket Larry kid that has the life jacket on and goes up to the door all awkwardly and autistically. Okay, he is that person in real life, and he has a ripcord, and it's the N-word. And when he gets into trouble, and he's pissed off at the host or just the world, God forbid he's pissed off at Megan. That doesn't go that well, but. When he's pissed off, he will say that if he's backed into a corner. He did it once on my stream, and you can see it on YouTube. Somebody recorded on YouTube. Way back in 2019, he did it because I called him out. He was pissed at me, and in a very hypocritical manner, came onto my stream talking about. I think he was like just basically saying that I dick rided somebody. I can't even remember the exact context of it, but I was like, dude, every single day of your life, you have Mizkif's balls in your mouth. And this was before when Mizkif was just getting a couple thousand viewers. And he got so pissed off that I said that. He said the N-word on my stream. He says it's in context, and then he cites like some retarded ass TV show like Community or something like that as justification for saying it. It doesn't even matter. I don't even really care that he said it in the first place. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a black person. It didn't affect me. But like at the same time, if you're gonna fucking just pull the emergency shoot, be a man about it, dude. Don't fucking just throw out a horrible word just to get people in trouble just because you're fucked in the head. That's just my opinion, but I don't know.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
Yeah, you sure will.
A real quote from Claw. Oh man, there's so much.
Yeah, there's other shit.
I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible for me to sit down and make this a coherent story. I don't think. I fucking think that Stephen King would probably have a hard time, drafting out a story about this in a coherent manner anyway, because not much of it makes sense, because we were not in the business of making sense. I was in the business of getting fucking loaded and do whatever the fuck I wanted, and they were in the business of you know what I thought? You know what I've started to realize? I think that certain girls that have come into my life use me almost like an accessory. It's sort of like that song, I have the gift of one-liners and you have the curse of curves. It kind of makes me feel like they use me as their personality because they don't have one. And then after a little bit, they pick up someone else's personality. And in this particular instance, it was Claus, and he's a egomaniac and a psychopath. And so now Megan is much worse than I've ever seen her before in my life. And this is honest to God. I hope that those two fucking get some help in some way, shape, or form. There's got to be something better in life than sitting on Twitter miserably every day. Got to be something better.
You'd hope so. But fucking, I think, okay. So what I'd say, generally speaking, going through all this, do you remember IP2?
IP2.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really.
It's like Ice Poseidon offshoot. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, so it was Ice Poseidon's offshoot of a load of people who went like insane. It's like where Andy Dick was with all the like crazy shit he was doing. Baked Alaska, loads of fucking people. But like when I hear some of this shit, it really reminds me of like IP2, like because there were things like there of like everyone getting infected with like fucking HIV and shit, and a lot of fucking crazy e-girls, and like and listening to this shit, it just seems like it's very of its era in streaming. I know that a lot of people are like saying, I can't believe streamers are being arrested on stream right now. And I'm like, this isn't new. Like this has been the thing for fucking years now. I wonder whether it sounds like you made a decent amount of money off all this, right? Like you seem to have kind of made bank.
I do okay for myself. I rode a horse earlier. Like a real one.
That's how you know you made money. So, what? Fucking... Oh, no, I'm not going to go horse girl on you. So
it was a stallion.
Do you know what breed it was?
No, but it made like a neighing noise.
That's
It was
that's
a
yeah, that's
brownish
indicative
color.
of it being a horse. Yeah, no, and
It
that
was
sounds
for
like
sure a
horse.
horse. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I've got a fair amount of experience with horses. That I can confirm that sounds like a horse. They do that.
I sold my soul in 2022 to a person and a platform called Stake, and since then, you know, my life has been even more derailed. And
wait, why is it being more derailed?
Oh,
since
this
then?
is the Layla
I
stuff.
don't want to get. I don't want to. I really. That's a very
That's
long
fine.
story, but I mean, I can
fine.
kind of. I can probably talk to you about it at some other point if you want to.
Yeah, look,
but
I'd love to have another conversation with you, and ironically, because I want to hear about the alien shit. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest.
The alien
with you, mate.
shit's real good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop you a friend request. We'll do a stream. But yeah, like okay, I suppose last thing then. With Megan and everything else, there's sort of like multiple criminal charges and everything else. You seem to have been attacked a couple of times. Do you have any? You mentioned bounty hunters earlier. Like, where are you right now? Is like your position like legal recourse, restraining order, bounty hunters? Fuck this chick, and fuck Claw. Is that kind of where we're at?
I am right here, and here's Claw's udder, and here's Megan's udder, and I'm just going like this and milking out some balls, and that's pretty much where I'm at with it. And that's about as serious as it goes with me at this point. But I do think that domestic violence, even against males, is a serious thing. It can really fuck people up, whether it's physical or emotional, psychological damage. It can really do it to people. And I do think that it's probably important for men to talk about this type of thing. I kept it bottled up for a long time, and I ended up just exploding like fucking a big bomb. Okay. Yeah. And you know, it's a tough topic for everybody. And it seems like this has just been my experience with it, but it seems like if you do end up enduring something like that, that the person on a whim will flip it back on you. And unfortunately for me, coming into this, I started out with the Raj Patel show, and I made kind of an over-exaggerated character. And I really am from a trailer park in Indiana. And so obviously my exaggerated character, you know, I have stupid tattoos, and now I got muscles again and stuff. I have a beard, and I used to be an alcoholic. It doesn't take a huge leap to be like, this guy's beating his wife or whatever. You know what I mean? That's kind of like par for the course. So I think that it was just a very easy layup for them to just kind of like throw it back at me. But I think if you use, you know, just a little logic, it's pretty clear, like, with the way that these people document everything that they do, and they have folders on everybody, and Megan's got random fucking things she's filming all the time. Why can you not show me a single fucking time that you have ever had?
Yeah, we've got
injury,
recordings
anything?
of Claw beating her and like you know, criminal charges.
Within a couple months of them dating, that audio came out. I dated her for a year and a half, lived with her, never, not a single time. And I got drunk every night. Every fucking night I got drunk. But there's nothing. There was never anything. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I'm really not. I'm not a good person, but I'm working on it. And I will be a good person someday. But right now, I'm in an kind of a transitionary stage. But back then, I probably wasn't a good person. But if I would have put my hands on like an 85-pound woman, I'm going to tell you right now that you guys would know about it. Like, it just wouldn't. There's no logical way. Like, I mean,
yeah, like that would be like with the amount they're documenting. Yeah, it'd be out there. And like, I think it's an interesting point about domestic abuse. One of the first times I ever encountered a guy getting domestically abused, it was a friend of mine who was actually a cage fighter. Like, he was a full-on fucking lunatic brawler, but his missus beat the living shit out of him, and he had no idea. Like, because he was covered in bruises and shit, and we were like, well, yeah, of course. He's spending all the time like fucking cage fights. She was saying with like frying pans and shit. So it's one of those that like I don't think people fucking realize that like domestic abuse against men just doesn't get reported. So like it sounds like you've been through the ringer. Like clearly. I'm glad you're looking well now. I'm glad you're clean and sort of like feeling. You look and sound like you're feeling good. Which is nice. Yeah, I'd love to hear more stories. I think again, Rezzy was right. I think you're very charming and kind of very nice and interesting to talk to. So, but yeah, I don't want to drag this out too much because.
Well, I figure it's kind of weird that you want to cut this quick now that guy in chat says you're MI6. What are you trying to do here? You're British, man? Because my great grandfather didn't fucking throw your tea in the harbor so you can steal my alien research, buddy.
True. Listen, I didn't know that you were investigating the truth. We're gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I would love to talk to you about aliens.
Yeah, no, it sounds really fun. I love shit like that. It's really interesting. I'm sure Nearsox is fucking ecstatic. He's constantly on about how I'm trying to cover up aliens. So, we can absolutely do that. But when I say I want to, it's not that I want to cut things short. It's that I don't want to. I would love to sit here and hear more stories about Megan if you're happy to do that, because I
don't want to. I don't want to talk about this any longer than I have to, man. I really don't.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured that was the case, so I kind of don't want to. I don't want to put you on the spot like that and sort of trot you out. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this is the end of it. I don't know whether she's going to keep coming around.
Oh, it's not over.
No, it's not over.
It's never over. Unless one of them is dead, it is never over.
Beckett.
No.
Beckett, for no, I think they'll let it go in 8 months.
No.
But for the next 8 months,
No, it will never stop until one or both of them is dead. Period.
Are you familiar with American horror movies from the 80s slasher films?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Michael Myers. And he don't fucking stop, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, every day of my life is Halloween. Every day of my life.
Out of interest. Now my involvement in talking to you, somebody was saying, I'm going to end up living in...
I would invest in a bulletproof vest, buddy, if I were you.
You'll be...
Right, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, they can't leave the United States.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Literally, you're actually safe right now.
Yeah, they're broke.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. I work for MI5. I'm good.
No, that's what when I show my face on something like this, it's like an MMORPG with them, and they're like, I don't want to call them a mob boss because I wouldn't give them that much credit. They're like a mob. We'll give them a mob though. And I'm pulling aggro right now. I'm the tank. I'm pulling all the aggro.
Yeah.
And that's what'll happen. And that's about it. That's about it, fellas. I appreciate you guys letting me come on here and I like your question.
I'm glad to have you. I wanted to I feel like I don't know. I'm working on composing a bunch of this shit. So that way it's just all together. So every 4 months when this happens, just here's all of it, because it's always the same thing.
I think it needs 3 years. Because I've only ever heard bits and pieces of Claw. I had no real idea who Megan was. Frankly, this shit is... Listen, I know this is your life and it's really fucked up, but it's kind of fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's real funny.
I apologize. I apologize to be laughing at your pain, but this is objectively funny.
I laugh at it too, man.
It's...
Because when you really think about it, it's hilarious. It's how can you not laugh? But it's also super because it's just so ridiculous. It sounds like a lie.
Yeah,
I stand with Clint.
Yeah,
there's a lot of love that I have for a lot of people from this community that have stuck by me. Two of these guys, Scumbag and Rezzy, have been there for me the entire time, and I will always love and admire them for that. And there were a lot of people that were, I was fortunate enough to have on my side through this. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have made it the last 3 years. I'll be honest with you. Probably wouldn't have, but that's it. I really like two things outside of aliens. When I'm thinking back now that my brain fog has kind of cleared up a little bit. I'm still fairly retarded, but I can at least get sentences out. I was thinking to myself, what did I love to do when I was a kid? Well, I loved to make people laugh when I was a kid, and I loved to create things. And it's been so long since I've made people laugh and created things that I decided that's what I'm gonna go do, and I'm not gonna do it with this drama shit. But at the same time, I'm also not gonna let somebody who attacked me and domestically abused me a couple times go on a fucking podcast called the Why Men Suck podcast like that. That's not gonna happen. That's about it, guys. So again, thank you guys so much for having me. Scumbag, love you, buddy. I'm sure we'll talk soon. Beckett, it was a pleasure meeting you, and Rezzy, as always. Everybody in chat, I I hope you guys enjoyed the story.
Wait, is that Oxus?
That's Oxus.
Yo, Oxus.
Why does he look so?
Tell him say hi.
Yo, why does he look so small? Why does he look so small?
Because I'm a fucking apex predator, baby.
Not you, Oxus. Tell Oxus. Say scumbag.
He's right here. He's right here.
Can he hear?
No, he can't hear. He's getting in a head giving position right now.
Tell him I say he looks small. Tell him that.
I just brought Clint the light.
I'm turning the stream off. It's
you.
over now.
No, but tell him I
got shit.
Yo, Scumbag says you're looking like a 135er. What's up with that?
I'm 180 goddamn pounds.
Here we go.
I'm 180 fucking pounds.
Look at the little guy.
Let me turn this down. Let me give you the overhead lighting. Look at this fucking back.
Oh man.
This guy's
That's
looking.
for you, scum.
Yeah, you're looking.
Bro, you can't see. I got the long sleeve.
Don't come to Michigan.
No,
Don't come to Michigan.
Stay out of Michigan.
I'm coming to Michigan
How
tomorrow.
long was Clint on here?
I don't know, but I'm getting off here anyway, so
Yeah.
I'll see you boys later.
All right, talk to you soon,
You
Clint.
have a good one.
You be good.
Let's do it. Okay.
Scumbag was there with me through a lot of the shit too. And then there's a bunch of people that are like banned.
Everyone loves Scumbag, so I think we're good.
Hey, Modi.
Yeah, no, that was really useful. I want to talk to him about alien stuff now.
Yeah,
hopefully
his
we do
alien
that.
shit is super fucking neat. He gets into oh man, I can't even think what it's called right now. It's the it's like some weird like cult thing. All right, I don't know. But anyways, so now you know that.
Yeah. Yeah, now I know. Now I know that.
3 hours. About like several years of my Twitch life.
Oh, sorry.